Good evening and welcome to Fantastic Dimensions. We're playing Lamentations of the Flame Princess again tonight. This session is Hammers of the God. It's one of the older published adventure modules for Lamentations of the Flame Princess. So we've got some, no new faces on the players today, but we've got some new faces on the characters at the very least. So John, why don't you go ahead and tell us who you're playing today?
Hi everyone, I'm back. Yes, I'll be playing Chase Baldwin today. He's a minor nobleman's fourth son, former Royal Army captain. He's kind of now a treasure hunter. He's looking for he can retire to a life of luxury somewhere, real quiet and green and filled with ladies and wine. But he's dead broke, so he's hoping that this session tonight will be the big score, and I guess he has no idea what he's getting into.
Excellent. That's John, I think this is your fourth character in 3 sessions. Is that somewhere around there? Three for three, yeah.
Something like that, yeah. But it's like one ran off screaming, the other one she's still wandering the southern countryside. No one knows what happened to her, and then yeah. So we're gonna hope Chase has some longer legs, or at least dies gloriously.
She's probably working for the Witch Queen of England or something now. Who knows? All right. Yeah, some things have changed.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Lloyd, who are you playing today?
I'll be playing Snorri Geithig, who's a dwarf who doesn't believe all the crap he's been told by his dad and his granddad about how dwarves were once like really important and how they had all this great empire and stuff. He's like, no, that can't be true. Look at us now. Yeah, it's just misery is all we have now as dwarves. So he's now a really opportunistic sort of mercenary, just looking to get rich.
Excellent. The only returning character, Dave, go ahead and reintroduce us to him now.
Yes, Edmund Warwick, the only surviving member of the Warwick family who were wiped out in somewhat mysterious circumstances. Edward survived the trip to Norwich previously and has bought himself some better armor and some more weapons, but has been basically sort of drinking to forget in various taverns on the way and wenching as well to try and get over the horrors that he saw in Norwich. And he's hoping to make more money as well this time and survive, of course.
Yeah, rumor has it that Norwich was recently devastated by a breakout of the Black Death. Tragic thing where there, I think about 4,000 people died. Yeah, very sad. Andrew, please introduce us to your character for the day.
I am playing Bandit Sinclair, who is a mercenary and magic dabbler working in the employment of the Witch Queen of England. She's your stereotypical, perhaps even archetypical fool. The only thing she is missing is a white dog and walking off the side of a cliff. She's very much carefree, oblivious to all the dangers that face her, so she's willing to do things other people aren't willing to do, even though she's not qualified to do them.
Excellent. Okay. So you guys have followed a treasure map that Mr. Warwick has in his possession that he managed to smuggle out of the city of Norwich. And it basically just says something along the lines of dwarven ruins, lots of treasure, X on the map, and it's brought you before this cave in the side of a mountain here in quite far up in the North Country. I say you're probably actually up around, probably up in Scotland at this stage. I'm not so good at my, pardon me for my English and Scottish geography, but yeah, you're up into the deep mountains now, and you've come to this cave. The cave itself, isn't too large. The opening here, it's about, say, probably about 10 feet high at the peak. And of course it's dark inside, so but you can see just a glint of the kind of failing daylight reflecting off of this door within the cave, and the door itself the best description I can give you for how it looks is kind of like stainless steel as we would have today, except that it's much much higher quality. It's far better than the crappy stainless steel that we have now. And let's see here. So you're playing a dwarf. What's your intelligence, Lloyd?
It's
Sorry,
12.
it's a 12. Oh yeah, that's enough. So you will recognize that this door is embossed with the sign of the hammer. And you'll recognize this from the stories that your father had told you as a symbol of the old miner, a mostly forgotten demonic dwarf god that had been worshipped in the more ignorant and brutal times of your people. There's also a large word written in ancient dwarven ruins, which you'll be able to read because you're intelligent enough there, Snorri. It says shame. There is a purple mist floating from underneath the crack in the door. The door itself is 10 feet tall, and you realize as you come in through the cave mouth that the cave inside is a little bit taller than the actual opening on the outside. I imagine somebody's carrying some kind of a torch or a lantern or something for a light source, or...
Yeah, I assume so.
Indeed.
Yeah. Mm. So, so there's a little bit of this purple mist floating from underneath the crack in the door. What do you guys want to do?
Well, Chase is busy tying his horse's reins to a nearby tree to notice the purple mist at all. But, he's kind of pulling his coat a little bit tighter to his chest. It's a little bit colder at this latitude, and he's used to slightly warmer weather in the south of the country. But as he kind of runs his hands through his hair to kind of get it out of his face, he looks over and he's like, "What do you see there, dwarf?"
Oh, good news. This is the temple of the Forge Father, a most fortuitous discovery. He is one of the gods of my noble people, and he is the one where we place the most treasure, I will say, knowing for sure that if I tell them about the demon worshipping dwarf god inside, that they won't go in.
No, I love it. I love it.
Well, treasure's what we're here for.
Just out of curiosity, do any of you guys have an intelligence of 17 or higher? Andrew?
5 or lower? Yeah. Nope, I do.
Anybody have a 17 or higher intelligence?
No.
Okay.
It's Lamentations. We don't roll 17s on our stats.
The only person then that is going to be able to recognize these symbols and read this ancient kind of dwarven, because it's not even the modern dwarven language, it's an ancient version of it, is going to be Snorri. You're going to be reliant upon him unless you use magic or something to kind of
For
read
instance,
these things.
Comprehend language?
That's true.
Oh, snap.
Do you want to cast it?
I've got one spell, and I'm way too stupid to suspect foul play. Treasure, you say? The Witch Queen has sent me to take such things. Lead me in, Master Dwarf.
Did she just say Witch Queen?
Yes. In recent months, the royal family was murdered, and a very powerful witch has taken control of the country by the name of Aurelia Wolcott.
Been too busy off in the far-forgotten lands of corners of the nation trying to look for treasure to even hear about that. So he's a little surprised at the change, this change in governance here.
Oh yes, yeah.
Well, I'm sure she'll just take her taxes, take her 1/5 or whatever she wants from me each year, and leave me to me. I just want a little land and maybe some strumpets. How about you, Bandit? Do you like strumpets?
The Witch Queen doesn't want us to indulge, but what does she know? She's a bitch. And I take out a bottle of wine and pull the cork out and start drinking it.
Is there any there for me, maybe?
You see some eyes start at you. You don't know this, but the Witch Queen hates the patriarchy. She hates men.
Well, yeah. You roll with the punches, as they say.
Yeah, she'll hand you half of the bottle. She drinks half of the bottle. immediately.
It's a little bitter, but it's not bad. Anyway, shall we go, gentlemen?
Yeah, let's press on.
After you, Sir Dwarf.
So, just to ask, gentlemen, this purple mist, what is it?
Purple mist? Huh.
I
I
I'll
don't
go
see
down and
purple
smell it.
mist.
Is this not common of caves? And I bend down and touch it with my hand.
I'm gonna waft some up in my direction and smell it. I'm intending to lie no matter what I find out.
Yeah, surprisingly, you don't have to roll any saving throws or anything. It doesn't seem to have any odor. It feels a bit cool on your skin, but it doesn't like leave any marks or burn away your clothing or cause you to choke horribly to death or anything. It's just seems harmless to you. You're not really sure what it is. It's obviously unnatural. You've never seen purple mist like this before, not even in the deep fogs of London. But you know.
Okay, in that case, I'll say it's a thing that we do in our caves. We pump a harmless mist through the cave to ward off intrepid and somewhat fearful adventurers from stealing our many dwarven treasures.
Ah, that's what I meant. It's normal for dwarven caves. See, Chase, you should read a book every now and then. You'd know that.
Books, schmooks. I know what I need to know. And he's going to clasp his hand on the dwarf's shoulders like, shall we proceed, good sir?
Yes, let's not tarry.
You gonna push the door open?
Yeah.
So Snorri, you push the door open, and it opens with ease. And this thick cloud of this mist kind of rolls out, and there's a hall before you as you kind of hold your light source forward. And the hall is about 10 feet wide. It goes down about as far as you can see, and it looks like it actually has kind of a like a T junction ahead, or not a T junction so much as an L junction, I guess, from where you're standing. But yeah, it looks like it branches off to the right and probably continues on straight ahead. The mist here in the hall is about knee high on a human, so it's maybe almost waist high on yourself, and it's filling the entirety of the hallway. Anyway, obscures the floor completely. Very thick.
I'll be very careful as I walk then, tapping the ground in front of me with like the haft of my hammer as I go, just in case.
Even though it spills out onto the surface after you open the door, it doesn't seem to actually thin out or dissipate as it spreads.
I'm going to draw my pistol.
Gotta build it, eh?
The hall itself it's gorgeous, beautiful carved, stone. This is thousands and thousands of years old, ancient dwarven work. The ceiling's 50 feet high. It's really grandiose. If you want to, in fact, yeah, you wouldn't even be able to see the ceiling, holding the torch up, kind of think of it. So you wouldn't really necessarily notice the ceiling is 50 feet high. I guess I kind of metagamed you a little bit there, but the ceiling is higher than you can see.
Yeah, but even that fact is impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Snorri, having expected this to be a bit of a shit show, kind of comes in and looks around and goes,
Yeah, it's like a picture you saw in a storybook your father read to you once.
mm-hmm.
I'm with you, Master Dwarf. This is...
Now, of course, I've seen many a dwarven ruin in my time. I'm a consummate explorer of such places, but this really takes the cake.
That's a tall
Well
ceiling
then,
for an awful
explorer.
small people.
I'll ignore that.
Got a mouth on her, eh?
So if you walk down about 30 feet in, there is indeed a 90-degree turn to the right, which would be east, or you can continue on north straight ahead. It looks like about 30 feet ahead it opens into some kind of a room. Whereas if you turn to the right, it looks like another hall leading down the ways. Are you guys actually taking the time to map this stuff as you walk? Are you walking? Are you traveling at exploration speed, basically, or are you just rushing
He's
through?
just taking his dandy old time.
I'm mapping, but not particularly mapping like a drunk person.
No problem. No, it's just that for movement speed and stuff like that. If you're moving faster than exploration speed, then I won't give you all these details.
No, I'm going at exploration. So now, just to be clear, we come into from the cave opening.
Yep, you walk about 30 feet
The
up.
hallway is 30 feet, and then there's a T-junction. Yes.
Basically, yeah, you can either continue on straight or you can turn right.
Okay, so it's kind of like half a T-junction. Then it only goes in one other direction. Gotcha.
It's as if you're on the left arm of the T.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
If you want to think of it that way.
I draw my pistol.
Well, you guys don't like T-junctions.
Just saving myself time.
there, Mr. Warren.
Great gazebo.
Bandit looks at Edmund and she says, "What kind of heat you packing?"
Well, just a little something that does the job.
Wheellock, flintlock.
It is indeed.
Flintlock, is it?
It is.
Well, since we're showing them off there, boys. Chase whips out his, kind of shows them around. Yeah, got these in the army. Very, very nice, very modern. Of course, they're a little dirty now, but they do the job, as Mr. Warwick said.
Are they wheellocks, flintlocks, or matchlocks?
Whatever is the. Well, pistols are never what's it called? Matchlocks or whatever.
Oh, no. Okay, so it's probably flintlock.
I'd imagine, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You have to forgive my knowledge of old pistols is not extensive.
I look at it. I notice it has like an extended barrel by like 2 or 3 inches, and I raise an eyebrow.
Wait, flintlock is the most advanced one, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
Hefting their guns around, and I'll just like heft the hilt of my hammer and say, "This'll never fail me."
Do you not have a gun, Master Dwarf?
No.
I'll take one of my other guns off of my hip and hand it to him. Take it.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Well, thank you.
She's not too bright. Take the gun.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take it.
The voice of God has spoken.
So 30 feet beyond this junction, it looks like the hall continues and opens up into another room. Or you can turn right and proceed down this hall to the east.
I would continue to the room, would be my idea.
Yeah?
What about you guys?
Well, gentlemen, should we maybe perhaps just take a look around? Not to go too far in, of course, but seems there's 2 ways to go. Perhaps me and Mr. Warwick, with our handy dandies, can go down this way, pointing to the right, and then perhaps Master Dwarf and Mr. Claire can go down this way, pointing straight ahead.
I would strongly recommend that we do not split up. These places can be rather dangerous.
What kind of dangers, Master Dwarf?
Safety numbers.
What's wrong, Snorri? Don't take me as backup. You have something against women?
That's not at all what I wasn't saying or implying.
What are you saying, Dwarf?
I'm saying that this is a dangerous place, and if we were to split up, there's a much more significant chance of us all dying.
Safety numbers.
What dangers?
I'm gonna flip my hair back and say, if we split up, we'll get it done twice as fast. You would know that if you'd adventured before.
Okay, yes. Well, I'll leave the difficult mathematics to you, Blair. I'm sure you're much more capable of them than I.
Chase, looking a bit frustrated at this conversation, reiterates his initial question. What dangers?
The dangers of this place and all such places that are ancient, and they're manifold.
Manifold?
There could be, ancient guardians, undead creatures, eldritch horrors.
Sleeping giants.
Sleeping giants.
Can you be a bit more specific?
No.
Well then, that's unfortunate.
Splitting up is a mistake.
I would agree with Edmund here. He seems to have his head on his shoulders.
Well then, shall we do it by democratic vote?
Sure.
I vote for splitting up.
I vote for sticking together, and my vote counts as 2.
Why is that, Master Dwarf?
We're in a dwarf hold, and I'm a dwarf.
Exactly. That sounds very reasonable. I say we stick together as well.
Fine.
I'm going to vote to split up, and my vote counts twice as much as him because I'm twice as tall.
Yes, but you're a woman, so you only get half a vote.
You're not allowed to vote.
Exactly.
Boys.
I'm gonna pull out my gun and say, "That is the talk of a fool. Do you know who your queen is?"
I'm a dwarf. I don't have a queen.
Miss Sinclair, he didn't just joking. Calm down.
I pay no fealty to your witch.
You see her squeezing the pistol to the point where her hand's getting white.
This is the same person who pulls her gun out on somebody who already had a gun.
Yeah.
In fact, 2 people already had pistols pointing at her when she pulled hers out. Okay. She may not be very wise.
Now look, I pay no fealty to your witch, nor to any witch, nor to any woman. But if we're going to be here, we should be here as one, of one mind.
Agreed.
I agree with the Master Dwarf, and since he is the one with the experience here,
Yes.
tally-ho, they say, let's go.
So that's, I think, 3 in favour of staying together, or 4 if you let the dwarf vote twice. I think that's a unanimous decision.
Well, if it's a democracy, and she'll
why not?
cascade her fingers.
Everyone with a vote has voted. Let's go.
Oh man. So you move forward, continuing north down the hall to the room. When you get there, the room itself is about 30 by 30 feet square. And I'll tell you what you see. It's still filled with this thick purple mist on the ground, concealing the ground. You can see there are a whole bunch of cloaks like hanging on hooks on the wall. There are a bunch of swords leaning up against the wall in certain locations. Also shields. You can see daggers on tables. Actually more like a counter, but yeah, like daggers laid out there. And you also can see about 12 coats of mail. All the mail are dwarf-sized. They're all of ancient design.
Wow. He takes a moment when he sees this, and he kind of had expected it to just be like tattered ruins and like, faded glory, but he sees all these dwarven arms and armor and just kind of takes a breath, looks around. Oh, wow. Gets a little frog in his throat, little tear in his eye.
Is it old or
Master
new?
Dwarf. It's okay, Master Dwarf.
You're going to walk into the room?
I am, yeah.
Yeah. You immediately kind of step on something and kick something across the floor a bit. There's a bunch of somethings on the floor. You reach down and see what it is.
Yeah.
Sandals.
Sandals.
Bunches of pairs of sandals. Everything, as you're kind of examining, everything is very old. Yeah, everything here, these are all ancient design, thousands of years old. But they're all in perfectly fine condition. No signs of the wear of age on them.
How old are the sandals?
Same.
Wow.
Question for you, Ian, with the chainmail, or the mail anyways. Dwarves have the torso proportions of a human, right?
Not exactly. They're quite a bit wider.
Barrel chested.
Yeah.
So, I mean, though, like lengthwise, they'd be similar.
Probably.
Maybe
Yes.
stockier, but
Short legs,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You could try to wear. It wouldn't fit you very well. You're going to take negatives and stuff. Probably, I'll give you some kind of a negative to your dexterity or something.
no problem. You're talking to a person that has 12 armor class. I'm gonna put on that chainmail.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a look and look at my ratty chainmail that I'm wearing. It's like bits of rust and flecked with stains. And look at these. Are they like shiny and stuff?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
They're beautiful, ancient dwarven design.
Oh,
As
being
the
a
looting begins,
Perfect condition.
as the looting begins, Chase wants to kind of examine the room a little bit more carefully. He doesn't want to just necessarily jump into this room that hasn't been touched in thousands of years. So can I make some sort of perception check here?
For what? What are you looking for?
Just anything out of the ordinary, perhaps traps or
Nope.
perhaps any signs of any foul play.
Roll d6.
D6. Oh no.
Do you have a what's your class again?
Research, right?
I'm a fighter, so it would have to be a 1, I
You
believe.
have a
Yeah.
1 in 6 chance.
Gotcha. That's no good. That was a 5.
Okay, no problem. Nope, you don't see any traps. Nothing unusual. Once you put on that chainmail, by the way, Andrew, that'll increase your armor class now to 16.
damn nice. Yeah, being a dumb girl too, I put on a show about it. Like I look at the dwarf who clearly only goes up to my waist. I say, "Can you help me put this on? I'm having problems."
Do it yourself, girl.
My, Miss Sinclair, I don't believe that's going to fit you right.
I'm always happy to help a young woman try and get some chainmail on.
You're always ready to help a young woman dress, are you?
Oh,
Yeah, really.
Yeah, she'll let you assist, and while you're helping her put it on, she'll look at you and say, "I've heard things about dwarves. They can't get it up. They don't get sexually attracted. You know anything about that, Edmund?"
Yes, I've heard that about dwarves as well. You really shouldn't waste your time with them. Stick to a good human.
Chase is overhearing this not too far from them, and he just hands in his face. Just
I'm hoping Snorri's overhearing it too.
Snorri is enraptured by the well, okay, he's not listening, or he's just looking freaked. Looking at it though, I'll kind of
That's true.
run my hands over it and kind of think, and I'll think about the sigil in the front, which the old miner, demonic dwarf god, and I'll think maybe this stuff is cursed. I'm a superstitious. I know that dwarves hold grudges, and the grudge could be on anyone who enters and steals, so I'm going to leave the stuff where it is.
Oh,
Yes,
so you're
fine.
not planning to steal anything from this ancient dwarven ruin that you came to loot?
Not from this room.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Not unless it looks extremely valuable.
Yes, I'm not taking anything from this room either.
Fair enough.
Ooh, are there weapons I can steal as well?
Oh, yes. There are sandals. There are...
Sandals
I'll
are
tell you full stock.
bloody
It's a
sign.
greatest weapon.
There are 100 pairs of sandals. There are 89 cloaks.
What damage do they do if you use them as a weapon?
Sandals, like 1 point maybe. There are 89 cloaks. There are 48 swords, 22 shields, 83 daggers, and 12 coats of mail.
Oh,
Everything
I'm gonna take one of the swords.
Okay, yeah. So it's basically like I'd say it's a short sword.
Well, now,
I guess
Master
it'd
Dwarf.
be a medium-sized sword.
So that'd be a 1d6.
Is that what a medium-sized weapon is?
Medium
Yeah.
is D8.
No, medium is D8. In fact, yeah.
So it's not a short. So it's bigger than a short sword.
Correct. It's it's a standard like long sword. You can use one hand for it, but it's not quite that small.
Okay.
It's a dwarven longsword, would say, but it's still longer than a short sword.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I got you. Somewhere in between.
yeah,
In betweeny sword.
it's perfect for a lady, I suppose.
Yeah, it's probably right.
Yeah, and as she picks it up,
Totally.
she's anticipating the hate. This is a long sword. Doesn't matter that it's shorter. It still handles like a long sword.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Master Dwarf, nothing in this room of too much interest. I mean, perhaps later on the way out, we can take inventory here, maybe load up the horses, but for now, shall we continue forward?
Yes, I think we should press on.
How deep do they normally put their treasuries, Snorri? You know things about dwarves.
All the way down.
So we have to find some sort of stairwell going deeper into the mines in the mountain, yes?
Stairwell, a mine shaft, an elevator, something like that, yes.
Hopefully this contraption of yours is still working. Everything else seems to be incredibly well preserved, even, dare I say, preternaturally so.
Well, we make things to last.
Indeed you do, Sir Dwarf, indeed you do.
So you go back to the T junction and take the other direction east.
So this room was a dead end. There was no other door that we could see.
This is 30
Oh,
by 30. Nope. I mean, you rolled a search check. You didn't find anything.
yeah. I mean, I tried earlier, so I saw nothing. So I'm just being clear about it.
Nope. Nothing else.
Okay. So back to the T junction then. Looks like we're going the way I wanted to after all.
You go about 40 feet beyond the actual point of the junction, and then there's a very large chamber that comes off. It basically like branches off to the left side of the hall, as if the hall extends down the length of the chamber, but the chamber is open. It is 60 feet wide, and I can tell you now it's about 110 feet long.
Wow.
It's quite wide.
It's like a massive hall,
It's
basically.
big, yeah, it's a big hall. And again, ceilings are higher than you can see. Beautiful stonework all along. Thick mist on the ground obscuring the ground. Yeah, big, large chamber, anyway. Oh, I'm sorry. The ceiling here is only 20 feet high, begging your pardon, in this room. So it's a vaulted ceiling, 20 feet high. Each of the walls seems to have some kind of a scene painstakingly carved and painted into the living rock. The south wall, for example, which is just to your right as you approach the chamber, depicts a great feast in progress. Kind of like if you think of Da Vinci's Last Supper presentation. But there's a dwarf, an elf, a human, a halfling, a goblin, and a giant, all engaged in what looks like an uproariously good time. In the background of the great feasting table, you can see a mix of these same races engaged in all sorts of merriment, singing, dancing, drinking. The entire work has been defaced, as there's a good amount of tar that's been thrown over it, ruining much of the color, but of course not the contours of the scene itself. If you check it, the tar is actually still sticky. And underneath the scene, you see words in ancient Dwarven there, Snorri, that say, "Once all was peace." Is anybody actually walking into the chamber, or are you just kind of staying along the south wall at the moment?
Still at the entranceway, I'd imagine we are.
Okay.
But I mean, Chase is just sort of drinking in the scene, the merriment, the sort of
That's
the faces of all these different races and creatures. It's like seems like a simpler time, doesn't it, gentlemen and ladies, of course.
The north wall will be too far away for you to see from this distance, but the east wall and west wall, you can tell, also have some kind of scenes depicted upon them, if you wish to examine them.
Keen to check them out since this one said once there was peace. I'd like to see if the story is told here.
So which wall do you want to approach next, as you've been kind of volunteered as the party leader for the moment, I think.
Which one did I start at? South?
South wall, yeah. That was, as you walked in, you know.
I guess I'll go west.
That was the wall you were walking along. So you go to the west wall.
Yeah.
As well.
Okay. Go ahead and just roll me, I guess it'd be a paralyzation save. Paralyzation save.
Okay. Sure.
That's not as bad as it sounds, don't worry. Don't be a baby.
Oh, 19 on the die.
Oh, you roll great, yeah. You know, probably you step on something and you hear kind of a crunch under your feet. Reach down, see what it is, or
Yeah, absolutely,
you can't see it through the mist. It's a body. It's the body of a man, a human.
Chase is right behind the dwarf, and he kind of looks over his shoulders like, "What have you found there, Master Dwarf?"
Looks to be a body.
It looks like he's only been dead for moments. Looks
Really?
fresh. And, yeah, you want to examine him?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're trying to figure out what killed him. He just looks like he is choked to death. His eyes are protruding and he's clutching at his throat. All of his equipment is in perfect shape. His body is extremely fresh. Like I said, it seems like he died only moments before you entered the room. You're pretty sure that can't be true since you didn't hear anything, but if are the rest of you guys walking in with him?
Chase is right next to him. He was following him as he kind of surveyed the walls.
The entire floor of the main chamber is littered with bodies.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Well, this
You do
is
find some more humans, but for each human you would find, um, yeah, for each human you find about 4 dead dwarves. All of the dwarves seem to be unarmed and unarmored. The humans, however, are like they're dressed like warriors. You know, what I mean, they've come in obviously. The in fact the dwarven bodies you find too have all been killed by the humans' weapons. The weapons that the humans are carrying are all stained with blood and such. It looks as if these humans came in and slaughtered a bunch of these dwarves in this chamber, who were not expecting the assault. You do eventually find a dwarf um, who did not die by the sword, and he also seems to have choked to death. So he also is holding his hand up to his throat, and his eyes are bulging from his head.
this is an inauspicious start, Master Dwarf.
Mm.
Yes, extremely so.
Bandit, you're kind of an idiot. Go ahead and roll me a paralyzed save.
We got this shit. Ain't nothing but a thing, man. Nothing but a thing. Ooh, that's gonna be close. She might have actually made that. Let me see. Paralyzed, and that's a 9. She did. She beat it by 1.
Okay, you slip in some blood, but you don't fall. You manage to keep your feet.
What? Oh. She.
All right, Miss Sinclair.
What is this?
Bodies. And I'll be looking around at the destruction and the desecration of my people by man.
Yeah, the armor and stuff on these men. They have this ancient style like bronze armor, and they have short swords and oddly shaped shields.
Being a military man, would Chase recognize the shield's shape?
What's your intelligence?
11.
You just know it's old. This kind of stuff hasn't been used in centuries, at least. You're sure.
These warriors must have died many, many years ago. This style of armor has not been used in quite some time.
It's essentially like, we're in the 17th century. This is like Bronze Age stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks to me like these human interlopers came here and tried to murder my people, and in return, the Forge Father struck them down.
Looks like they succeeded, but sorry, voice in the back of your head.
Well,
yet these men who have been poisoned, perhaps, or a deadly gas.
Yes.
Yes.
So, do you want to continue to examine the West Wall scene?
Yeah, I want to see if I can find the rest of these paintings. Is what my main objective is.
What were you going to say, Bandit?
Sinclair, though she's an idiot, is a practitioner of magic. As she's looking around, she's trying to see if there's perhaps a magical explanation.
What's your intelligence?
5?
Yeah, these guys with the bulging eyes, choking, they were definitely killed by some kind of horrible death magic.
It's as I thought. Foul sorcery.
You're sure of it?
Yes, did you hear
The
that,
dwarves
Master
must have
Dwarf?
powerful magics.
There is foul magic here.
I think that much might be a little obvious, Miss Sinclair.
Is it? Is it? And she raises an eyebrow.
Anyway, Master Dwarf, shall we see to the rest of the wall, shall we?
Yes, I believe so.
So the west wall that you were going to examine next, excuse me, sorry, don't mind my coughing. The west wall depicts a great forge where 5 weapons are being created. Each one is being attended to by a dwarf and an assistant of another race. An elf is assisting with a hammer. A goblin is assisting with a sword. A human is assisting with a spear. And a giant is assisting with a trident. And the 5th one, 2 dwarves, are creating an axe. The engraving below this scene says, and again, you're the only one who can read this, Snorri, forging the banes of trust to ensure war could never happen.
So it looks to me that they're making some kind of super weapons and each of them would get one. Each race would get one.
Well, there's.
So that if a war was to happen,
then we'd be up one. If we could find them, that is.
As you reach kind of the northern edge of this west wall, you can see along the north wall there's a dais and an altar about 3 feet tall on the dais. The dais itself is about 18 inches or so high, and then the 3 foot tall altar on top of that. But the purple mist seems to be retreating from the altar itself, so that most of the dais is not covered by it at all. The visual effect is it looks basically like a scoop of mist has been taken out around the altar. There seems to be something engraved into the surface of the altar, which you can't read from this position. You've got to get closer to take a look at it more in depth. But you can also see to the right of the altar, just at the edge of your light source, there's something poking out of the mist. It looks like some kind of a rock.
By the way, when you say super weapons, Sinclair says, the Witch Queen will be pleased with super weapons.
You will take super weapons from this place for your Witch Queen.
She's not here, so she doesn't get a super weapon now, does she, Mr. Dwarf?
No.
So we are not partners. This is not a shared venture. You're going to take everything, Dwarf? Is that what you're saying?
I will not let dwarven weapons of ancient make fall into the hands of some sort of demonic witch.
What I do with my share is none of your business, and you would do well to remember it.
We'll see.
Yes, we will see, won't we?
Master Dwarf, Mr. Please. If we continue forward with...
Yes, we will see, won't we?
Yeah, I'm intent on looking at all of the inscriptions that I can find. I'll look at the altar, but I also want to make sure I look at the other walls and see what the inscriptions are.
Well, the altar is along the north wall, so you can check out the north wall as you approach the altar.
Be careful, Master Dwarf.
Excuse me. The north wall doesn't seem to have a painting on it so much as just above the altar there's one engraved phrase. It says, "We walk in the right."
Does any of this have meaning for me so far? Like, is this
No.
Okay, all right.
So far, no, it's not ringing any bells. I mean, it all seems very dwarven, but you don't remember hearing this story about there being peace between elves and dwarves and goblins and giants and shit,
Yeah.
The altar itself, you can check the words that are engraved upon it.
Yeah.
It says, "That which is only used in peace." And on the surface of it, there's a pair of mining tools made out of gold, a hammer and a mining pick.
Oh.
Not pure gold. They are actually functional, but they are kind of gold plated, I guess, if you will. Do you want to try to pick one up?
I'll pick them both up.
Examine it?
Yeah.
Do you? Do you want to hold your breath?
I do. I don't need it. Do you want to do this? Every time you suggest something, I'm like, fuck. Yeah, I'll pick them up and see what I can gauge.
Chase has been hanging back at this point, not wanting to go near the strange altar with the seeming distortion of this cloud near it, until at least the dwarf said it was okay.
Yeah, of course.
Sorry, gentlemen, I kind of lagged out there, but what were you saying, Lloyd?
Yeah, I'll pick them up, basically.
Okay. Each one of them weighs about 10 pounds. You can tell, actually, being a dwarf of your intelligence, they're probably worth about 2,500 silver apiece. They would now be very effective as weapons, you're sure, because of the fact that they're made for mining and they're also gold-plated and they're heavy. They wouldn't be great to use as weapons, but yeah. But they are functional mining tools.
Okay.
Do you want to do anything else while you're here at the altar?
Do I know any dwarven prayers? I don't think so.
It's up to you.
I feel like Snorri wasn't that interested in dwarven history.
Anybody else while you're standing here at the altar?
Well, Chase is standing a little bit back, not wanting to kind of get too close until it was confirmed that everything was all right. But
Absolutely.
he's going to call out to Snorri. He's like, What do you have there, Master Dwarf?
Mining tools, ancient mining tools. They appear to be plated in gold.
Ah, gold is good. Gold means expensive.
That's true, but I believe they'll be useful to us in this place. I think we'll need them.
Well, then we should hold on to them either way, shan't we?
So I think if we're to continue, we'll definitely need use of these tools.
Okay.
Is there anything else of interest around that altar?
You can use call roll search check, so you can definitely roll it anyway, Edmund, since you're asking about it.
Okay.
Is the search modified by anything, by the way?
Uh,
One thing I never have handy is a character sheet.
Doesn't
No.
look like it is, no.
Not that I know of.
Search is
Not on the modifier.
search is just a 1 in 6, and that's a 5, so no.
You do, however, notice as you're kind of searching around that the top on the altar moves. It looks to be a false top. Bandit, you're searching around and got a 1.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Bandit, you find a secret door behind the altar.
oh shit!
Yeah.
Did you find something missing, Claire?
Yes, somebody tried to hide a door.
Well then. Perhaps the way down then, yeah.
Also, now that you're standing at the altar, I'd mentioned that rock that was poking out of the mist to the right of the altar. It's about a 4-foot diameter meteorite.
Wow.
The surface is already irregular and marred by hundreds of pockmarks, each flecked with gold. The false top, you notice, Edmund, on the altar. Do you want to try to remove it?
Okay.
You will find that there are 4 additional surfaces on the inside, and the entire container is built so that the surfaces may be rotated to the top without removing any from the altar. This entire space reaches down the visible altar area and on into the dais. The other surfaces that you find inside are engraved with more phrases, one on each surface, which are all in Dwarven, which you can't read, unfortunately, Mr. Warwick. Ancient Dwarven.
I feel we need a translator for more of this dwarven speak.
Yeah, if you let me know it's there, I'll definitely come over and take a look.
Yes, there's some dwarven things here, sir. If you could come and translate it for us, I know we'd be appreciative.
Of course.
The 4 surfaces say, one on each. The first one says, that which engenders love. Second one says, that which feeds the hungry. The third one says, that which fills the silence with beauty. And the fourth one says, that which helps a blind man to see. And just as a reminder, in case you didn't write it down, the one on the surface said, that which is only used in peace.
Mm-hmm. I didn't catch the third one. It was about...
That which fills the silence with beauty.
Okay.
What was the last one?
That which...
That which helps a blind man to see.
Yeah, so I'll share that with everybody. And be a little bit confused myself. But I assume that these all relate to one of the weapons that have been created.
Dave, would you roll a d10 for me, please? You guys have been in here probably at least 10 minutes now, I'd say, looking around. You're muted, Dave, John, if you're talking to us. I don't know if you are, but...
I was just saying we're milling about like assholes, so yes, you're
Fine.
good to me.
5? Okay.
Yeah.
How long do you think you guys have been searching around here by this stage? Probably more than 10 minutes, yeah? Maybe 20 minutes?
Fuck, man. I found a hidden door. I'd say we've been at it a while.
Maybe
Yeah.
half an hour?
There's 15,
Okay.
20 minutes at least, probably, yeah.
Roll me 2 more of those, Dave, in sequence. Tell me each result in order, please. It's important.
5. And 5 again.
Okay. Wow. You got some dice stream dice over there.
Yeah, really. Fuck.
Very good. Okay. Continue. Sorry to interrupt.
Well, that's not ominous at all.
Mm. In this time, I'll look at the other wall, the east wall.
The east wall. So you're examining your door, Bandit, and he walks over to the east wall. The east
You
wall.
follow the dwarf, by the way.
The east and final wall that you've looked at is a series of images going from north to south, showing the advancement of the dwarf race. The first image shows a pair of hands reaching out from the earth to give fire and tools to a group of bestial-looking dwarves. The second image is a band of primitive dwarves learning to mine and tunnel. The third image is that of a crowd of dwarves standing, adorned with golden arms and armor, and surrounded by jewels in a massive underground structure. No, the bestial dwarves do not look like Snorri. They look like Neanderthalic dwarves.
Dare I say, Master Dwarf, that underground chasm is where we're going to want to go?
Are they big? Like, do they look dwarf-like though? Like, they're the same size?
Oh, they're dwarves. They're dwarves. Yeah.
They just clearly look like less advanced dwarves, like us to like our early pre-modern man type thing.
I gotcha.
The fourth image is of dwarves in odd clothing, with self-propelled vehicles emitting thick purple smoke, engaged in various tasks. A modern observer such as ourselves would recognize these vehicles as a tank, a train, and a steam shovel. However, your characters obviously don't know what any of those things are.
Wow.
And the fifth image shows dwarves completely encased in some sort of glassy armor, with these big glass, like bubble-type helmets over their faces. They're wandering through an absolutely barren red desert at night under a cloudless and starry sky.
Dwarves on Mars.
The engraving below this series of images says, "What once was and what was lost."
Snorri becomes quite upset seeing the grandeur that his people once had, and now look at them. He just kind of takes a moment on his own.
Chase, of course, is very impressed by the images. He can't read the inscriptions, but he is quite taken aback by this scene that he's seeing.
Again, the same. Clearly, these people once created something quite marvelous.
Now we've fallen so low.
Go ahead and roll.
Go
ahead and roll an intelligence check for me there, Snorri.
Sure.
These are your people. You're a pretty bright bloke for a dwarf.
He certainly is. Where the fuck?
Excuse me. I'm caught between coughing and hiccup.
Oh, baby. 20.
You rolled a 20?
Yes, sir.
That's really bad. So,
Oh.
you want to roll under for intelligence checks, but that's okay. Yeah, you're pretty sure. Yeah, man, look at the things that my people have accomplished, and yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely impressed with the situation, and all the times when my grandpa was like, "Oh, and we had such great things." Shut up, Granddad. We live in shit. I wasn't interested, but clearly he was right.
It looks like he was definitely telling the truth. Yeah. You probably feel a little bit of guilt and remorse there.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll take a look at this and I'll tell them about the inscription, what once was and what was lost, and I would suggest then that we go through this secret door that Blair somehow found.
Her name is Bandit Sinclair. Oh, like you call her Blair.
Blair. Bandit and Sinclair just blended together to Blair.
You just trying to piss her off, call her the wrong name. Is it the Blair Witch? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it must be.
Oh, no.
Oh,
That's terrible.
Sorry, what happened? I'm back.
we're mocking you in your absence.
Yeah.
Am I dead?
No.
No, not yet.
Oh my god, it's a miracle.
We've decided to examine to see where your door leads, I think.
Yeah, we're all going down the rabbit hole, as you said.
Oh yeah, there was. Hold on, let me go back to my map and just see it. There's got to be another exit from this room though, because oh yes, there certainly is. There are doors on the on the east and west walls at the north end of each, as well. Okay, and there are also the 10-foot tall stainless steel like doors.
So we can go down the secret door or to these
The
passages.
secret door leads north, where there's a door leading east and a door leading west, all at the north end of the room. So
I would say secret door.
okay.
Democratic vote, secret door.
Sure, why not? Yeah.
Everybody loves secret door. Okay. What are you gonna do? There's a secret door there. You can see the shape of it. You've found it. It's definitely there.
Are we able to open it?
No.
Wasn't there some sort of mechanism in the dais or whatnot?
No, there was the altar with the removable top. Yeah, but
What about the meteorite stone? That seemed to have been struck many, many times. Perhaps that has something to do with it.
So sorry, just to understand the altar, it's basically like like you can flip it to have one be on top. Is that right?
yeah, you can kind of rotate the
Okay.
surfaces.
Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is to try the different phrases and try to open the door with each one. I would
Just
start
calling
with
them out.
helps a blind man to see, yeah.
Okay. Nothing happens.
And if that doesn't work, then actually flipping the altar to that. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay, nothing happens. Go ahead and roll another d10 for me there, Edmund.
Bandit's gonna suggest maybe you can use the pick and just
9.
bore through it.
Okay.
Use the pick. Men are talking.
You should try striking the meteor.
Oh, I'm sorry, was it a man that found this dwarf? Hope you talk better than you see, you blind little bastard. She has complete bitch face on.
What did you say, John?
Chase is going to suggest that they strike the hammer against the meteorite. That seems to have been done many times. Perhaps that will
Good
unveil the entrance for us.
It has many, many pock marks all flecked with gold upon it. Yes.
Okay. I'll roll up my sleeves and try and look as dwarven as possible. Kind of my beard, which is significant. I will tie it so it flows free, and then take a good swing with the hammer.
Oh shit. Okay. And once you strike it with what are you gonna hit with? The pick or the hammer?
The hammer.
The hammer. You hit it. Ting, rings around the room. And that's it.
Okay, the pick.
And then you hit it with the pick as well?
Yeah.
Once you hit it with the pick, the entire platform that the altar is on will lift up about a foot off the ground and move forward about 5 feet. The secret door will open. This mechanism now, you see the way it moves has allowed that there be no scratches or telltale signs on the floor to show you that it actually moves itself.
See, gentlemen,
and
my
the door
brother
is
not
open.
after all.
So what do we see now?
You see a short hall, about 20 feet long, leading into another room, which you can't see too far into with your light from here. You have to stride forward down the hall if you want to go into the room to see.
Is it going down or just straight across?
Well, no, you have to go down to kind of where the door is opened.
Right. So you kind of it's like going down
Going straight across. Yeah.
direction. Yeah. Okay.
It looks like from here, your light seems to almost be sparkling a bit from the walls in that room. You can also hear sound. It sounds like water splashing coming from further on to the north.
Well, folks, shall we go investigate?
Aye.
Yes.
Yep, down I go.
Okay, as you walk into the room, let me mark my page here. The only problem with only having a PDF. The room itself, then, is 30 feet deep by 50 feet wide. And at the north end, there are stairs leading down. It's quite wide, actually, nearly a 20-foot wide stairway leading down. There are 4 fountains, one in each corner of the room. The northeast, northwest, southeast, and southwest corners. And yes, indeed, the light does sparkle all around this room. There, you have 4 grand fountains, each carved out of a single block of deep blue marble in the corners. The walls are lined with a highly reflective variety of stone, causing the sparkling effect from your light source. You can hear the sound of great amounts of splashing water coming from the north, where the stairs seem to be leading down. The lips of each fountain seem to have runes also carved in them in your ancient dwarven language.
Okay, I'll take a look. I'm also gonna just try make a noise. I'll just say hello. Does it continue to sparkle?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll take a look at the runes.
Which fountain first? Northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest?
I don't know. I guess I want to go clockwise, so southwest first. I don't know. It's all much of a muchness.
Southwest says, a prayer against Guladin, drowner of maids and children.
Christ.
The water looks fresh.
Okay. Guladin, drowner of maidens and children.
How provocative. Chase
I'll
Paul.
say this is a prayer to Guladin, the savior of maidens and children. And then I'll go look at the next one.
So next would be the northwest.
Yeah.
It says, drink to health and delay travel to the gods.
That sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'll say that, yeah, no, I'll just tell them what that means.
Oh, I thought we already had.
Tell them exactly what it says, drink to health and delay travel to the gods.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next fountain is the northeast.
Mm-hmm.
It says, only the clean may pass.
Okay. I will tell the group that only women may drink from this fountain, because I'm thinking, right, that unclean is a witch, so I'm hoping it'll kill Bandit.
Wow.
And so what did you tell her?
That only the pure, the women folk may drink here.
Okay.
What's that mean?
Well, we hold women in very high esteem in our dwarven culture. This is a fountain only for women.
Must have been very good for them.
Hmm. And what's southeast?
Huh? That's right.
What's southeast?
Oh, the southeast one says, a little water now before much water later.
Okay.
And again, you hear the sound of loud, large amounts of water splashing to the north.
Very grim culture, aren't you, Master Dwarf?
Well, life is hard.
Yes, dwarves not famous for funny stories.
So I'll put forward this theory that each of these will provide some sort of benefit, but I'm not sure if you drink all of the water, will they all help? So I would suggest to choose one.
I'm going to take out my wine bottle and try to steal away some of this good water for women inside the bottle.
Okay, you can do so.
Yep. So I'll fill it up about halfway, and then I'll look both ways and slyly put it back inside my bag.
I will drink from the southeast fountain. Cup my hands and take a drink.
Okay. The water is fresh and potable, sweet tasting even.
Okay. Now, I also think, I mean, they all sound good, particularly the one against Guladin, the drowner of maidens and children. Now, I'm not a maiden or a child, um, but I did say he was a savior of maidens and children to the group. So I'll say to Bandit again, now this one here should protect you. For Guladin is a kind god, protects maidens and children.
I'm not thirsty.
Good.
Drank a bunch of wine before I came in.
Call that wine bitter piss it was.
Bitter piss. This is the best I've ever seen. And she takes the wine bottle out and shows you.
Yes, a very good vintage. What is it? 1 year old. Yes, very, very fresh and delicious. Yes.
Her eyes narrow.
I would say to the rest that I think at the very least we should all take a drink from this fountain, the southeast fountain, which is a little bit water now, in preparation for much water later.
I concur. But before Chase comes down the stairs, he's kind of been standing in the opening. Obviously, he's kind of keeping watch, being a militarily minded person, wanting to make sure his back isn't being turned to an enemy, perhaps. I don't see anything approaching or any sort of strange shadows playing on the wall, or perhaps this mechanism deciding to trap us in a watery grave or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't notice anything like that, though, I'm assuming.
Nope.
Good. So then Chase is going to the advice of the dwarf, because it was something he was thinking too. Perhaps this was some sort of magical fountain that would kind of view us with some sort of protection. So he's going to drink from the fountain that said about protecting us from more water later.
Sure. So which one do you drink from?
The one that's the more water later fountain.
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. Yep. Okay. Like I said, the same as before. It's fresh, potable, sweet-tasting water.
I'll also drink to the one that says drink to health and delay travel to the gods. And when I do, I'll do I. I mean, I would, right? I know the dwarven word for health. I'll say that and then drink.
That's your native language.
Yeah.
You might not know the ancient word, but
Yeah.
Good enough.
Okay. So you drank from a second fountain now, correct, Snowy?
Yeah.
The water is fresh and potable, sweet tasting even.
And that's what I won't drink anymore. The other two seem specific for those who are clean and those who are maidens and children.
Did anybody not drink from a fountain?
Yes.
Edmund,
Yeah.
you haven't drank from a fountain yet?
I haven't drank either.
Okay.
Also, don't intend to.
Just asking.
Right. Okay. Well, if you I'll suggest that it probably is wise to drink from these. There probably are some protective magics involved here. But if you don't want to, then I guess we'll press on.
Yeah, I'm not thirsty. We should probably just move.
So
Way,
follow the
Master
stairs
Wolf.
down.
Sorry.
You're gonna follow the stairs down then?
Sure. Were you
The
going to say something, Dave?
Okay.
No, sorry. I thought Dave asked me something.
No.
No worries.
So stairs head down from the north end of the room. They empty into a humongous cavern. You can't see the ceiling, but from the way the echoes are bouncing around, you figure it's easily at least 100 feet high. From the cavern entrance, water can be heard, but not yet seen, cascading down the walls in a great roar. As you reach the bottom of the stairs, the stone floor quickly turns to sand. And as you advance into the room, you will discover 3 elements of real interest. Now, let me just take a quick look here at the specifications of the room, of this area. Yeah, it's not really terribly important, but it's a big area. Anyway, ultimately, this cavern area is about a little over 100 feet, deep from north to south, and equally as wide. However, the northeastern portion of it is all water. Along the directly to your left after you come into the room, about 20, 30 feet to your left, also about 20 feet to your right, a little bit, well, straight ahead of you and just a little bit to the right, and then another 30 feet ahead of that and to the right of that, there are 3 large metal frames that climb up higher than you can see. You can see, however, a distance out away from them towards the water, that there are some kind of cable leads trailing out into the water, 2 of which you can see are attached to these strange floating metal tubes in the water that are kind of pushed up against the shore. You can see the water kind of washes up about 10 feet up and then washes back, as it kind of waves there on the beach, as it were. The central of these frames, the cable leads out across into the water. If you walk actually up to the water's edge, you'll be able to see a little bit further out. There seems to be some kind of a whirlpool, and the cable leads down into that whirlpool.
Is there anything else around?
Just just the water, the big metal frame-like things, and the tube-like submarine, basically, like things attached to the cables. The metal frames, the towers also are made of that stainless steel kind of, and like a lattice-style construction, if you will. Very advanced, obviously.
Did you say submarine? Like thing?
That's what they are, yeah. You just see these. I don't know if any of you would know what a submarine is. These
Right.
these
Basically,
big,
for our purposes, in the description, they're basically like miniature submersibles, essentially. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not even that miniature. They're pretty decent size.
How big are they?
You could easily all fit into one of them.
Oh, okay.
Let me see. Can I tell you any more details? Do I have any more details here about the submarines themselves? I think there is. Let me see here. Yeah, each one's a simple metal tube, heavily dented, about 20 feet long and 10 feet wide. They have a hatch on top, and the steel cables enter one end of the tube.
And they're hanging sort of horizontally towards the water, right? So like if we unhooked it, they would drop into the water. Or are they pointed vertically there with the nose down towards the water?
No, they're actually sitting in the water with the cable leading into them. They're actually, yeah.
So they're just kind of sitting horizontally near.
Yeah, they're kind of up on. They're at the edge of the water. They're up on the beach, pretty much.
Sure.
They're beach,
so basically, they're parked essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, the shoreline itself seems to be shifting in and out by about 10 feet or so. This cascading water has a very inconsistent flow. There's a great big hole in the cavern floor, about 15 feet wide, down which the water flows in a whirlpool out into the water. You can see.
My. What do you think of this, Master Dwarf? What are these contraptions?
I'm not certain.
Have you ever seen any they like before?
No, never.
What do you think we should do about them?
Like I said, you see 2 of them on the beach. They have the cables extending into them, and then the third cable, kind of central cable, is already leading all the way out and down into that whirlpool. So logic may tell you that it looks like one of them has gone through the whirlpool.
And they're solid in structure, are they, these submersibles?
Yep.
Are they made of the
You
similar
want to
material?
examine?
Yeah, can we
Yeah.
examine them?
Well, no, they're not made of the stainless steel. They're made out of a different type of steel. But yeah, they're. You want to
Sure.
examine one? Do you want to examine the one on the kind of south
Okay.
western edge, or on the northern kind of edge of the water?
Whichever's closest to the imagine.
Yeah.
The southern one would be closest.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hatch is there. If you go up and examine it, it actually seems to be waterproof and airtight.
Mm.
Okay.
So, as Chase is kind of banging around, seems to be perhaps some sort of vehicle, perhaps some kind of contraption that, like almost like a carriage, but for the water,
Just seemed that
under
way.
the water. You know, not like a boat, of course, but
Do you want to
How
open
far-
the hatch?
Yes.
Okay. You do so, and you get a kind of an unfresh scent from inside the hatch. Smells of light, early stages of decay,
Mm.
and you immediately start to hear movement from within.
Movement.
Chase will draw his pistols.
Yeah, I draw mine.
Yep, pistol out.
I'll call it greeting in dwarf. Hail!
Are you looking down in?
Yeah, sure.
You see what looks like a dwarf shambling kind of towards the hatch. You can see more movement behind him. He's wearing like mail, similar to the mail that you saw in the coat check room earlier. He's moving quite slow. He does not look well. He looks he looks quite unhealthy, quite unliving, and he is scrambling towards the hatch in your direction.
And he hasn't called back to the dwarf's
He does
hail.
not. No, he's looking at you unintelligently and just coming towards you.
Chase is going to open fire.
Roll to hit.
Once you decide, I'm going to close the hatch.
Actually, roll a d10 first to see if you misfire.
Misfire, right. I rolled on a 5 on that,
Nope, you did not misfire.
and then I rolled an 18 to hit.
That
Plus
will
my
hit.
modifier of 3, which would be 21.
That will definitely hit. Let's see. That's a piercing weapon, right?
I believe it is.
Okay.
Double check it.
Yep, that's fine. What's your damage?
It's D8 for the damage, I believe. So let's go ahead and roll that. Well, I rolled a measly 2, so at least I hit though. Yay!
Yep. Okay. It doesn't seem to phase him much, and he just keeps pressing forward. It starts to climb up out of the hatch.
Close the hatch.
Close the hatch, yeah.
Oh, you slam the hatch closed, knock him back down in, no problem. Bang,
Yeah.
you close it. And now you can hear him banging against it. And you hear lots of banging inside this metal tube.
What the bloody hell was that, dwarf?
The dead do not rest easy, it seems.
Well, that was right startling, wasn't it?
Check out the other submersible, perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps. Yeah, we should be wary, though, this time.
Yes, indeed.
While they're investigating the other sub, I'm going to be following behind them, but Chase is going to be reloading the pistol he just fired as he's doing that. I know it's taking some time, so.
My pistol is out.
Yeah.
I draw my pistol.
When you get to the other submarine, we call it Submarine B, it's empty when you look inside.
Ah.
Inside the tube, there are 2 rows of 6 seats each. And the very front of the cabin seems to have a crank, which is attached to the cable. So it looks like it's made for manually retracting or releasing the cable.
Almost like a more advanced version of oars.
Shall we get inside?
Well, at least there are no bloody dead dwarves this time.
What say we all?
Democratic vote again.
Yeah, I'll
I
go in.
hope we're going in the little container of water thingy, whatever this thing's supposed to be.
Yes.
What do you say, Bandit?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what we gotta do.
You all get in. Close the hatch. It's dark in here when the hatch is closed. You only have a light source.
Chase will pull out a candle from his pack and light it
Mm-hmm.
as he sits in a chair.
Okay, and start to turn the crank. It doesn't work.
Oh, broken.
The crank is broken.
Yeah.
Is there any? Do we see why it's broken, or is it just jammed? Is it?
No, it's broken. It's
Oh, it's literally like broken off of its.
literally broken. It's not. If you had a proper forge and kind of smith's tools and such as that, and smithing knowledge, you might be able to fix it over the course of several hours or days, perhaps.
Well then,
So the only option is the other submersible.
does anyone want to go deal with the bloody undead dwarves then?
I think we have no choice.
I suppose we could backtrack and see about the other passages, but this is where we need to be going, downward, according to the mules back in the main hall.
Could just set up a firing line.
Yes, we need a short, quick man that can speak their language, that can draw them out of the submersible and into our fire. I wonder if we have anyone that fits that particular bill.
Scratch my head and look around.
Yes. Democratic vote. Snorri being the bait.
Yes. In favour. Use the dwarf.
Since we are...
That sounds dangerous. He's our guide.
Mm.
Can we just open the hatch and run?
Fine. I'll do it. I'll open the hatch. You prepare.
My pistol is drawn and ready.
Do you want to reload your pistol, Chase?
Yes, correct. I was doing that
You are a fighter, correct?
I am correct.
So your base speed time is 4 rounds to reload on a flintlock.
Sure.
But what's your dexterity modifier?
I believe it's only 0. I'll double check that for
So
you.
it takes you 4 rounds to reload then.
Yeah. So I'm assuming we're only in like round 1 or 2.
Well, I mean, we're not in combat here at the moment, so you can take as much time as you want before you guys go and open the hatch. I'm just saying for mechanical purposes for future reference.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
4
I was
rounds.
just reloading as we were sort of doing other things. So
Yeah, 4 rounds is what, 24 seconds. So
yeah, so we should be good by now.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Cool. So once they're ready, I'll go up to the hatch. I'll take out my hammer rather than my pistol, and then I'll open the hatch and jump down away.
How far back do you guys want to stand away from the hatch area?
Probably a good 20 or 30 feet, right? Whatever
I'd
is
say 20 feet.
Yeah, just far enough to kind of not be on top for them to be on top of us, really, right?
Okay.
That's the range where our pistols will be effective.
Yeah, exactly.
25 feet is short range. Anything
that'll work.
You're at medium range.
Mm.
Unless you have rifled barrels, but I don't remember anybody saying
No, that works.
Actually, rifled barrel only has the penalties. It doesn't change the range. So
20 feet.
25 feet for a pistol, yeah. Is the short range.
That'll do.
Okay, so once they're ready, I'll open the hatch and then immediately jump down and run off to join them.
Yeah, you can do that, no problem. These things are slow and dumb.
Okay.
So the first one starts to come up. It's the one that you shot earlier, Chase. He was still up there, pressed right up against things. And he's coming up out of the hatch.
All right, let's all shoot.
Yeah, shoot.
Okay, roll attack. Actually, first roll d10s for me. Are you guys all using flintlocks?
Yes.
I believe we're all the same kind of. Its pistols are all pretty much either flint or the other, not the match. Anything that's not match, basically. I have a quick question.
Default pistol's wheel lock, isn't it?
Default is wheel lock. Correct.
Yeah, the mine are all wheel locks.
Yeah, mine are the default, whatever it is, wheel lock, flintlock, whatever it is.
Okay, so wheel locks. In that case, then I'm sorry, John. It takes you twice as long to reload.
That's fine.
Takes you 8 rounds instead of 4.
Yeah, that's fine. I do have one question though, and I'm sorry I couldn't find it in the book. I was trying to do it while we were planning this out. But what's the rules for the dual weapons in this again?
There are no rules for dual weapons limitations I'm aware of.
Okay, so basically that's why I didn't find them. So basically, if I'm just like shooting my two pistols at once, or like fighting with two swords, whatever.
No, what I would say is you fire one, and the next round you can fire the other one. It's already drawn. You don't have to take the penalty of drawing, because normally to draw a weapon and fire it in the same round, you get a
Sure, sure. Yeah. Okay, cool. And then what about two-handed sword, fighting dually wielding with swords, essentially? What do you think on that?
Well, if we're going to do it, we're going to have to house rule.
Yeah.
What I would probably honestly say, I'm going to pull a little bit from Bifrog here. I think you'll still get one attack per round, but I'll give you a +1 to your armor class.
Oh, okay. That'll work. That works for me. Okay.
You know, you're blocking with one sword while attacking
Perfect.
with the other.
That actually works beautifully. That's fine. Yeah. That helps, makes it a little bit easier. Okay, good. I'm just going to roll my attack then. Ugh.
Just can't keep it simple in OSR.
Yeah. Yeah. Understood. Definitely. And I rolled an 11 for my attack. Oh, I'm sorry. I had to roll for the misfire. I rolled a 5.
You did not misfire. Wheel locks misfire on a 2 and 10.
Okay.
So a 1 or 2 would be a misfire. There's no increased chances for environmental conditions on wheel locks, which is nice.
Sure.
So.
Oh, nice. Oh, there you go.
I did not misfire, and I got 15 plus 3, so 18 to hit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that modifier. 14 to hit. My bad.
You still miss Chase.
Yay!
You got a 15.
Yeah.
It bounces off of his mail. Ting.
Mm-hmm.
What did you get, Dave?
No, sorry, I got an 18, 15 plus 3.
I rolled a
1. No,
1.
then you do penetrate the mail.
I
Sorry.
rolled a 1, so that's a misfire, isn't it?
That is a misfire. So click. It doesn't go off.
6 points of damage.
Okay. Andrew? I'm sorry, Bandit.
Bandit didn't misfire, but she rolled a crit failure.
Oh, a 1?
Yes,
Hold on
sir.
a second here. Let me open up Green Devil Face 5.
Our plan is going swimmingly.
Mine is.
That's why she gave her gun away. Doesn't know how to fire one.
I don't have to kill you. You guys nearly killed each other in the foyer. So let's see. You don't have a D30. Nobody else has a D30 yet, do they? All right.
No.
D30
Right.
for you, Andrew. Your fumble means that... No, it's not going to have any effect on this. Just means that your fellow player characters can take some or all or none of your XP this session as they wish, but I'm not using the XP mechanic, so...
You can roll another one if you want. I mean, there should be a disadvantage for me.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. If you die in this combat, whatever the circumstances are, one of the other guys, I'll roll a D3 to determine which one, will gain a level instantly.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
I turned my pistol and fire.
They all shoot you. No.
I guess we don't know that, so I won't.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd probably be best in the future to say I'll tell you after the round's over what it did.
Yeah.
The combat's
Probably a
over.
good idea, yeah, just so there's no... not that I would do that.
I trust
No,
that
no.
all of you guys are good.
Oh, thank you.
players, and
I
you're not
trust
gonna
at least one other person in here.
You're not going to
Hey
take
now,
advantage.
hey now.
Yeah, I think he's talking about Dave.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's Dave, and that's trust
I'm
based
saying.
out of not knowing.
I know it's not me.
What have I ever done?
Now, that's the end of the first round of combat because you all took shots.
Sure.
He does not seem phased very much at all by your bullet. And he continues to come out. And does anybody have... See, he's moving at that speed. Yeah, it's going to take him... You'll have another round to fire on him before he'll be able to reach any of you. Because he's so slow, does anybody still have a loaded pistol they can fire this round?
Yes, I do. I had 3 pistols on me, so I gave one away.
Okay.
I can, but Chase is going to say to hell with it, draw his swords, and say, do this the old-fashioned way, and charge in.
Yeah, I only have one pistol, so I draw my sword.
Okay. Are you charging in, Chase?
Oh, yeah, he's charging in.
Okay. What about you, Snorri?
I would hold where I am.
And wait for him to come to you?
Yeah, wait
Should-
for him to come to me.
I want John and Andrew to roll initiative.
Yeah,
Sure.
because if you win initiative, there's a 50% chance I'm going to shoot you.
That's right.
Well, whatever. We're gonna see. The initiative's D6. I'm sorry, right?
That's correct. D6 plus your dexterity modifier.
2 for me.
I got a 3, so I won.
Okay, so you get to shoot first. Go ahead and roll your shot there, Andy. Roll misfire.
Oh, thank God. I didn't misfire, and my shot bad though. It's an 11.
You miss. You shoot wide. So you can go ahead and roll your melee attack then, Chase, because
Very well. Very well.
What are you using? What's your sword? Just
well, so we'll say the main sword that I'm using to fight with is the long sword in this case,
cool.
and I'm defending with my rapier. So,
Okay.
but yes, I rolled a 7. I have a well. I didn't. I rolled a 14 plus 3, so 17 total.
That will hit.
Very, very well.
So that's a slashing damage, yes?
Yeah.
Damage type is very important.
Is it?
It is in this case, yes.
I'm sorry, I'm not used to that sort of thing. where I come from. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway. Oh, there we go. Big money. 7 damage.
Ooh, you grievously wound him, but he's still going.
Oh, fucking bloody bastard, die!
And he snarls wordlessly at you as he kind of does a claw and bite combo attack. I think it just still counts as one attack. And that's going to do... I'm going to go back to the right book. Do you want to see what his attack roll is? Your AC is 16?
Correct.
And I got 15. So he claws and bites at whatever kind of armor you're wearing.
I'm wearing chainmail.
Yeah, and he does not pierce through that chain.
Yeah.
And another one has crested the top of the submarine and will be able to engage you in melee next round. So, Chase is engaged with this dwarf. Another one has come, this dwarven, undead, zombie-like dwarf, basically. They're called sentinels. Another one has crested the hatch and is now getting ready to come down towards him. What actions do the rest of you wish to take?
You would just sigh dramatically at this idiot who decided to charge forward when we had lots of space, and stand where I am with my shield out, and hoping that Edmund cops on to that fact.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to charge in. I have my shield and I have my sword and I have the distance
Standing your
between
ground.
us. Yeah.
Bandit? Uh-oh. Andrew away from... Maybe Andrew's AFK. Well, I think she's fresh out of pistols, so...
Yeah, so she'll have to either charge or just sit there with her hands in her pockets.
I'm assuming, since he's not answering, that she will probably hang back and wait. And what about yourself then, Chase? You're continuing to fight
and I lied about my AC. It would actually be 17 if you're allowing me to get +1 for my sword. So
that's fine.
Sorry about that.
That's
and
good.
as for me, I'm going to take a mighty swing of my long sword. I'm going to try to cut this fucking dwarf's head off right now. Maybe.
So really, we just have to roll initiative between you and the dwarves.
Okay, sure.
Go ahead and roll.
I rolled a 3.
A 3? Okay, they both beat you. They're slow-ass zombies. But first, the one that's already on top of you, nope, that's a 13. He misses. He's clawing at you and not able to get through. You're going to knocking him back with your sword and pushing him back. The other one comes down, kind of, not really a charge. It's more of a lazy kind of flopping at you. And he gets a natural 1.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. I finally made a character that works. Yes.
Take it easy, John. Don't get too
excited. I should be dead already, bro. Kidding me?
Let's see what happens here on his fumble. He, you get an extra attack against him.
Oh, sweet. All right.
So roll attack against him immediately.
All right. Unfortunately, it was very bad. Only a 14.
Only a 14 does not hit him.
Right.
Doesn't get through his armor anyway. It probably hits his armor, but doesn't pierce.
Yeah.
And then you can take your normal attack against the other one that was wounded.
All right, big money, big money, big money. Oh wow, no, that was an 8. So I'm swinging and missing. I'm just swinging wildly at this point.
That's great. Another one crests the top of the submarine, and at the same time, so now you have the two that are fighting you. You have another one at the top of the submarine, which will be able to engage you next round. Everybody else is still hanging back, watching to see what happens. I do believe.
Nope, I got a plan.
The plan.
Oh no, Bandit has a plan.
I've got my wine bottle that I filled up with water. Now, Snorri told me that its purpose was for women to drink. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, I look at the dwarves, all male, even though our friend wrestling with them is a male too. I'm thinking to myself, I wonder what it'll do if I throw the fountain water on them.
Oh.
So I'm going to take the bottle and I'm going to chuck it at the group of them wrestling around.
Nice.
Roll
Now-
D20, please.
Okay.
I'll roll D3 to see who you actually hit. Nice.
I got a 15.
What's your strength? Oh, it's 15 modified, is it?
Yeah, that's my 15 modified.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. It's not going to do any damage because basically, as you're fighting these two dwarven zombies there, Chase, Bandit throws a bottle of wine at you, and you manage to smash it with your sword before it hits you in the head.
Bloody hell, woman!
And the water splashes all over you. But
Does the water get over all three of them?
maybe, yeah, sure, why not?
Now, the water, because the water really, the real water was for the clean only, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Yep.
So I'd think if there were zombies, it'd fuck them up, but maybe they're not zombies, or maybe that's not what the water does.
Don't know. It doesn't seem to have any effect, unfortunately, though.
Maybe you have to drink it.
Good plan, but it didn't work out.
AJ's here. Hey, AJ. Okay.
Hi guys, sorry to interrupt. I'm just tuning into view because I'm madly interested in Lamentations of the Flame Princess.
Okay. You don't have a character or anything, no?
No, just carry on. I'm not here.
As you wish. So, it's the next round. The
Well, as the
third
next
one
round
that has
begins,
crested the hatch will be charging down to attack you also, Chase. So you'll have three of them on you in the dog pile then.
As he sees a third zombie or dwarf or whatever we're calling him at this point emerge from the vehicle, before he does anything else with the scene, Chase is going to sort of kind of whirl his head around just slightly and say, "A little help here," and then he's going to go into a defensive fighting stance. So I'm going to take a defensive fighting for this round, get a +2 to my AC.
Yeah. Okay. So it gives you what, a +2 to your AC, and does it give you?
-4 to hit.
Right.
But basically, I'm just going to go into a defensive stance. So
Cool. No.
that's what I'm doing for this turn.
That's
I'm going
good.
to kind of move backward towards the group as I do that, though. Just
Yeah, you can kind of do a little.
I'm going to kind of
tactical
carefully
retreat.
move back towards
Mm-hmm.
both Bandit and Edmund. So
That's fine. What are the rest of you guys going to do?
Continue to stand where I am.
Fuck, I'm not gonna let him die. I'm gonna charge in to help him.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in and help him.
Damn it! And I'll pull out my little pearl-handled dagger and my sword in the other hand and run in.
So you guys are all running in now to help, or?
Not me.
That's Snorri. Snorri's hanging back. Okay. Since you're hanging back, Lloyd,
Uh-huh.
would you be able to find that random character generator thing and send it to AJ?
Yeah, sure.
I think it's save versus total party kill, if I recall correctly. So. Okay. So now initiative. So go ahead and roll initiative for all of those engaged in melee this round.
I rolled a 4.
Okay. Anybody else?
Ooh.
Dave or?
Yeah, I got 6.
I'll go 6. Ooh.
Okay, you guys are going to go first.
Sweet.
So he's got 2 of them on him at the moment, and another one coming out the top of the submarine. One of the ones on him is pretty badly wounded, so one on his left, and the other one's kind of on his right. So which one do you want to attack first? I think you probably have the higher dex, Edmund, so I'm going to let you go first.
My dex is 12.
Her dex is single digits, so.
No, it's not.
Is that? What's your dex?
No, Dex is the one I did my switch into. Dex
Yeah.
is 13.
Oh, well, then you get to go first. Last I knew your wisdom was 13. I apologize.
Yeah, that's the one I switched with it.
Got it. Okay, then you go first then, Bandit.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna attack with the sword.
Which one?
One of the ones on him.
The left one?
If there's a wounded one, it'll be the wounded one.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
Damn, that's not bad. 16.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Fuck, that's
What do you
really
attack
lucky. What'd you say?
What's your weapon?
My weapon's a longsword.
Okay.
What's the dwarven one? What we said it was a longsword, but somewhere between.
It's a medium
So
weapon,
that's-
so D8 would
Yeah,
be
it's a
your
D8. Yeah. Okay.
The most important thing to me is that it's a slashing weapon, so
4 points of damage.
you kill that one. You dispatch it.
Sweet. I'm gonna take its head clean off.
Nice.
And you're next then, Edmund.
So I'm going for the other one then. Uh, 11. Is this melee? Is it?
It is melee, yeah. So you got 11 total?
No, I've got 11, but I've got a +4 melee bonus, so 15.
Oh, you're what are you fighting with?
With a sword,
A
medium.
sword. So yeah, your sword slashes against his chain mail and does not catch purchase, unfortunately.
Ah.
Nice use of the phrase catch purchase.
And he, again, tries to claw and bite at his quarry right in front of him. What's your armor class with the defensive fighting stat?
Okay, so this is not like parry where I'd get a +4, but it's a defensive fighting where I get a +2, so I'd have a 19, and then I'd still get to attack, but it'll be at a -4.
Right. So he does manage to grab hold of you with his claws and bite a little bit into your neck, causing you 1 point of damage. That was a nice roll.
Was that like a natural 20 you rolled then, man?
No, I rolled a 17 plus 2 and 19.
Ooh.
Which gets your armor class.
Ooh. Nasty, nasty.
If you want to audit the GM's dice rolls, John.
No, I'm just curious. I'm just curious.
Okay, nothing personal.
Yeesh.
Ian, I'm gonna have to ask you to take down your screen.
You have to ask me to what? Take down my screen?
Yeah, take down your GM screen so I can inspect.
Yeah, sorry. There you go. And the other one charges down the submarine and rolls 2 natural 20s on a single die roll. It's incredible. I've never seen it. You're insta-killed. No,
Hey.
I will randomly determine a target since there's 3 of you.
At that point, you might as well just say the hand of God reaches down and smushes.
Right.
I will roll randomly to determine the target since there's 3 of you within reach. And that is a 1, so that's going to be Bandit, actually. It comes down towards Bandit. And gets a natural 1. What the fuck? And wow, I get the same result again. You get an instant counterattack against it, Bandit, because it clumsily came at you, and you attack it with the sword, your sword.
Yep. Here we
And
go.
a 4th one crests the top of the submarine through the hatch.
Bandit got a critical failure.
Endless.
Oh, let's see what your critical failure results in. Okay, the number of hit points that you lose during this combat will increase by 50% at the end of the combat.
Oh
So
shit.
if you lose 6 hit points during this fight, at the end you lose 3 more.
Ooh.
Ugh.
But so far you haven't lost any anyway, so.
Let's
Okay.
kill him and get a level.
You know what?
Just
Let's just say.
just wait for my video after this about how Lloyd's a problem player.
How John likes
I can't
to
wait
as
to
a
see it.
PM or something, right?
Can't wait to see it. That'll be my video.
Oh, right.
Now, AJ, do you have a character name? Do you have a character now? You got one randomly generated there?
Yes, I do. It's Peter Pontifex. He's a young human fighter.
Peter Pontifex. Great name. Peter Pontifex, human fighter. Now, Peter, you were trailing behind your friends you got kind of drunk and whoring and or something, and kind of caused a bit of an embarrassing scene in the last town, and so he left you behind and carried on without you, thinking, oh well, Peter, he's passed out in his bunk, and yeah, we'll just leave him behind. However, Peter, you have managed to catch up, following them. You came to this cave, and there was this, once you went into the cave, because you remembered seeing the map, you were all out to do this dungeon delve treasure hunt. And so you find the entrance to the cave, you go into it, and there was this 10-foot tall, like stainless steel, ancient dwarven door there that you went through. There's a strange purple mist along the ground. It was about, well, you're human, so it was about knee-high to yourself, but it didn't seem to cause you any harm or do any damage to you. As you went through, you came into a very large chamber which had all these dead bodies on the ground. Some human, but mostly dwarven. Most of them, well, the dwarves had almost all been killed by the humans' weapons. The humans all seemed to have choked to death, and a few of the dwarves also seemed to have choked to death. And there was an altar at the back of the room with a gaping open secret door behind it, which you decided to walk into. Led you into a room with these 4 fountains and this extra wide staircase heading down, and you could hear the sound of water rushing somewhere down those stairs, and you can also hear the sounds of your friends calling out and combat ensuing. And so you for the sake of expediency, you decided to charge down to your friend's aid and are now coming into the room and encountering this combat. So I'll let you enter the combat next round. I'll say you're probably just catching up to Snorri, the dwarf, who is hanging back and observing for the moment. And yeah, John, you can go ahead and make your attack roll now. Sorry about that. I just wanted to kind of get AJ.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. We gotta get AJ in there. Yeah, definitely. I'll go ahead and roll and see if I don't suck. Where'd it go? Oh no. It's a natural 20.
Excellent. Okay, so I'll roll on the natural 20 chart here for you.
I think it's my first natural 20 on your sessions, Ian.
Your next saving throw. Write this down.
Yep.
Your next saving throw attempt automatically succeeds.
Oh, wow.
Nice. That's clutch.
Okay, and so roll your damage. There's no critical damage, by the way.
Right.
On the natural 20 chart, but, yeah.
I like the critical effect chart anyway. That's really neat. Hold on one second. And I rolled 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. Okay, yeah, this one was fresh.
Yeah, this one's the fresh one, right? So, yeah.
Okay. And have the dwarves moved yet this round? No, they haven't. That's right. It was your allies first. So now there are 2 dwarves there. There's one fighting bandit. Who am I feeding back through? Anybody hear the echo?
Yeah, we do. I'm not sure who's coming from though.
Let's see here. Sorry, Jim, we'll mute you for a second. Just to see if it still continues. No, it's still continuing. I'll mute you, Dave. Okay. Oh, that seemed to have fixed it. It was Dave.
Oh, was it?
I think it was. Yeah, it is, because it's happening again now.
Oh. That's strange.
Don't know if you want to maybe just unplug and replug in your headset. It might fix it.
Yeah, usually headphones solve the problem, not cause it too.
Yeah, I don't know.
How's
That's
that?
not happening.
That's weird. I can't hear it.
Really, I can hear it really bad.
It seems to be coming from you, but I'm not sure what you're. Are you having headphones on, Ian?
When he muted Dave, it fixed it.
Is it me?
Maybe just turn in the volume in your headphones.
Turn the volume down.
Yeah, sometimes it just echoes from your earphones into the mic.
How's that?
That's still happening.
How's that?
No, it's so bad.
I'll try some other headphones, maybe.
Yeah, or just mute when you're not talking.
That could work too. It's still going now. Okay. Yeah, I'm still hearing it. Nope, not so bad now. Hey, there it is again. Let me try to plug in my headphones, maybe. And I plug them back in. Okay, now did that solve the problem? No.
It solved it on my end.
Yeah, I don't hear it
Did
now,
it?
but yeah.
Okay.
One other thing you might try, Dave, is like in the Google Hangout settings, just make sure that the sound is coming from the right thing,
Hang on.
and the mic is the right thing.
Is that in the Hangout toolbox, is it?
No, if
No.
you just like hover over the screen itself, at the top
Yeah.
there'll be like a little cog, and if you click that, you can choose where your sound and stuff is coming from.
Okay, let's have a look. Default microphone, default speakers, which one's that?
If you just click, you'll see a selection, and you can pick the ones that are your headphones and your headset.
Hang on. Default microphone options are built-in input, Soundflower 2-channel, Soundflower 16-channel.
I don't know, whatever your headset's called, I guess go for that.
It's weird. I can't leave the call, literally, because if I do, it ends the broadcast.
Well, maybe just mute when you're not talking.
Default speakers,
It's the easiest thing to do.
built-in output.
It's keybound to spacebar. So if you want to talk, just like hit spacebar, then hit spacebar.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's
I never knew that. Thank you, man. Learn something new every day.
How's that?
No, it's still there. If I click mute, and now, no, it's still there, isn't it? I still hear it.
It must
Yeah,
be you, I'm not hearing it.
I hear it a little bit when you speak, Ian.
Mute Lloyd too, because Lloyd's known to do it.
I have my headset on mute though.
Okay, I've muted Lloyd, and it's gone.
Yep, it was Lloyd.
It was Lloyd. Sorry, Dave, you were blamed. It wasn't actually your fault. It was Lloyd. Typical.
It's not
Okay.
Lloyd's hardware though. It's a Hangout bug that's been doing it.
Okay. Okay, well anyway, we just have to mute Lloyd and that's grand. Good. Sorry, that was really annoying. Sorry. Now, back to the game. I have zombie attacks to make. Right. There's the injured one that was, who just injured him? That was you, was it not, Chase?
Well, I injured the new one, and then Banner had killed the one that we originally injured.
The injured one attacks you, Chase, and misses. The other one, who was he attacking? He was attacking you as well, wasn't he, Chase? Oh, no, he was attacking Bandit.
That's right. That's right.
So,
I don't
Bandit,
get
what's your
all
armor class?
How I missed a round of attack if he's attacking me again.
No, because you were on 6. He hasn't gone yet this round.
He attacked me and he critically failed. And then I got a free attack on him from his critical failure.
Okay. Right. Okay, then you're right, yeah. Okay. I must have rolled their attacks this round then. Let's roll
I
initiative.
think what happened was that you'd skipped me and
Let's
got
roll
to them.
initiative then, because
So I think
there are now
I'm the end of the round essentially. Yeah.
3 of them, there are now 2 of them in melee. There's a third one charging into melee and a fourth one coming up out of the submarine hatch.
So there should be 3 living right now. Yes, correct.
Well, there'll be 4 living now because there's one more coming out of the submarine.
So there'd be a 5th one coming out of the submarine. So there's 4
Exactly.
living. Gotcha.
Yes, okay.
Got it.
So, who all wants to be involved in melee this time? Obviously, you kind of already are, unless you want to pull back.
Hell no.
Okay. Chase is in
join in.
melee. Edmund, you're in melee. Ben, melee.
I'm
What do you
pulling back to buy Chase though, because I think I'm a little bit
Mm-hmm.
in front of him at the moment.
What about you, Snorri?
Yeah, I'm gonna rush forward now.
Okay, and Peter? So all of you can roll initiatives. D6s plus your dexterity modifier, AJ, for initiative. 1d6 plus your initiative plus your modifier. Blah.
5.
I'm on a
3.
5 as well.
7.
Who got
I can
a
only
7?
go to 6.
Yeah, 6 is the highest anyway, but yeah.
Plus modifiers, right?
Okay. What did you get, AJ?
3.
What did you get, John?
I had rolled a 1.
Okay, so you're first and Snorri, the dwarf.
Okay, seeing that these humans are unwilling to engage in any sort of tactics, I guess I'll just rush forward to try and save them and run to the nearest zombie and attack.
Okay. You want to attack the one that is fighting with Chase. the one that's fighting with what are the other ones? The one's fighting Bandit. There's two fighting Chase, actually. I think one fighting Bandit, if I recall correctly.
I'll go and help Chase since he seems to be in most trouble.
Cool. What'd you get?
Just 11 plus 3, so 14. I think
it does not pierce his armor, unfortunately.
Okay.
Glad you could join us, Master Dwarf.
So who was on the 5s then?
Yeah.
Dave and I.
Who do you want to attack, Bandit? Oh, you've got one in front of you that you're already fighting with. You want to attack that one, I presume, yeah?
No, I'm dropping back next to Chase and attacking one next to him.
Okay. So go ahead and roll to hit. So this is defensive fighting, so you're a -4 to hit, +2 to armor class.
Okay. Yep, I don't hit.
Okay. Just remember that +2 to armor class when I make my attacks against you. And you're also on a 5, Dave, so who do you want to attack? You're kind of free. You're not engaged at the moment. There's one coming up out of the submarine again. There are 2 against Chase and one pursuing Bandit as she's dropped back to assist Chase.
The one pursuing Bandit, I guess.
Okay, he's the wounded one too, so go for your attack.
Okay. Oh, 18.
That will hit. That will cut through his mail. And that's slashing medium weapon, yeah? So roll your d8 damage.
Yeah, a 1.
Okay, 1 point of damage to him, that's fine. And you are next then, Peter. Seeing the scene before you, these zombie dwarves fighting your friends. You're on this beach. There are these big crane-like towers. There's 3 of them. They have these cables extending out from them to these, 2 of them extend to these, like, submarines, essentially, that are kind of beached at the moment. And the other one extends out into the water and down through this whirlpool that you can see out in the middle of the water. But these zombie dwarves seem to be coming up out of one of these submarines and charging your friends and attacking them here. So Chase has 2 of them attacking him, and Bandit has 1 kind of attacking her.
Okay. Unlike my usual, this character is not smart, so he charges into attack.
Who do you want to help?
After my own heart.
The closest one to him. He's going to go charging in with a sword and a spear.
Yeah, it's the one that's attacking Bandit.
Yep, and just straight out attacks with a spear.
Okay, so you roll d20 plus your modifier.
That's a natural 1. What a great start.
What a great introduction to Legend.
Wow, amazing.
Princess. AJ, on the natural 1 chart, I have rolled for you 1 attack of the referee's choice against you that misses instead hits. So at some point during the session, when an attack misses you, I can decide that it actually hits.
Well, it was nice playing with you guys.
Excellent. Okay, and then you were on a 1, John? That's modified 1, yeah?
Indeed. Yes.
Okay, you'll go simultaneously as the zombies because they're also on 1. So there's 2 attacking you, there's 1 attacking Bandit, and the one that's coming down out of the submarine this round is going to, what the heck, attack Peter because he knows he can't miss.
So I just want to add something. So before you roll for me, for this particular round, I'm going to, instead of defensive fighting, I'm going to press my attack, which gives me a +2 to hit, but a -4 penalty to my AC, which would bring it down to a 13.
Good to know, and thank you. I noticed what you said about how Bandit can't actually defensive fight. My mistake, but that's okay. I won't do it again.
It's all good. But she can parry still. It's just a matter of fighters only have so many advantages, and fighters, dwarves, and elves actually. So Lloyd, you can also do that as well. Just so you know.
Okay, so 2 of them attacking you. Well, that one's going to hit. That's a 17.
Oof.
That's going to be 2 points of damage to you, John.
Okay.
And the other one has a 14. Also hits you for 1 more point of damage.
Okay. Down to 5 now. I'm dying.
But your attack happens simultaneously. Wow.
Sure. So
one attacking Peter. Oh, hits. So I can save my my automatic hit for later. AJ, you take 6 points of damage.
Ooh.
Ooh.
As it just grapples you with its claws, digs them into your arms, and bites at your neck. And the one attacking Bandit misses. great round for the zombies.
Yeah. So my attack was 17 plus 2 for 19,
that's gonna hit.
and then I rolled 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. This one was unharmed previously. Okay, he's still up. And that's everybody for this round. Now everybody's pretty much engaged. You've still got 2 attacking you, Chase, although they're also engaged by you, Snorri, and Bandit at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Dave, you're still free. Nothing has engaged you, so you're attacking whoever you wish, as is Snorri. Bandit, you have 1 attacking you, and Peter, you have 1 attacking you. So, anybody want to do anything special this round besides just attacking? All right, let's all roll d6s and determine our initiatives then.
Well, I'm going to say up front that I'm feeling the sting a little, so I'm going to drop into a full parry position here.
Okay.
For this
And
round.
you do a +4 to your armor class, and you can't attack, right?
So yes, correct. So that would be 21, right? 17 plus 4 is 21, right?
Correct.
Sorry, math is out the window at this hour.
Okay, so you're on a 6, Bandit.
I rolled a 5.
A 1 for Edmund, 5 for Chase. How's Snorri and Peter looking on initiative?
4 plus 1, so 5.
2.
4 plus 1, and AJ says peace out. 2. Okay, so first is the 6, so that's you, Bandit.
All right, attacking the one that's attacking me with my longsword.
Yes, okay, because he's already slightly wounded.
Oh, got a crit.
A 20, natural 20. So my natural 20 chart, the result is, you heal 1d4 hit points per level, up to your maximum. But you haven't been hurt yet, have you?
Nope.
Oh, well, if you had, you would have healed hit points.
Yeah, so I feel good even though I already felt good.
You feel rejuvenated anyway, and you feel even better. And what's your damage?
Damage is 7.
7 points of damage? Oh, that dispatches him.
I'll slice his head off too. But instead of doing it at the neck, I'm going to do it diagonally so it slides off of the stump.
Nice. Only 3 remain, the 2 against Chase and 1 on Peter. And they're all on 5, so they all attack simultaneously as whoever else was on 5. Who was that? Snorri, wasn't it? Oh,
I was.
Chase. Okay.
Yeah.
Not
Not
me.
parry at any time, but yeah, I'm parrying. Just declared parry.
That's right. 2 against you. Oh, that's a 20, so he just misses. You parry his blow.
Oof. So glad I parried.
And that one's a 4, so that was a miss too. So they both miss you. And the one attacking Peter. Well, he can't miss, can he?
Oh no.
He hits you for 4 points of damage, Peter.
Oh no.
He's dead.
What's it take you to?
-2.
No, he's not dead yet then. He's unconscious. You die at -3. At -2, you're just down.
I'll save you, friend.
Welcome to Lamentations of the Flame Princess, AJ. Trying
Why
my
save
fucking
me?
fire. Thanks for coming. That's the nice thing about that instant random character generator. Okay, next. Who else is on 5?
I was on 5.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your attack also, Snorri. This is all
Yeah,
happening.
I rolled it. 19, 16 plus 3 for 6 points.
Fighting Chase.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
Yeah.
the injured one, I presume?
Yeah.
Kill it. So only 2 remain.
Okay.
And who is next? Anybody have 4? 3. 2. He's bleeding out. 1.
1.
So who's on 1? That's
Edmund.
Yes. What do you like to do, Edmund?
What's closest?
They're both probably about the same distance from you. The one that has just dropped, your friend Peter, who came running down to your aid, is now on the ground, bleeding out as this thing's just salivating over him and looking down at him hungrily. And then there's also the other one that's engaged with Chase, who is in pretty bad shape himself.
I'll attack the one that's attacking Chase.
Okay, roll a hit.
3.
Ah, you missed, unfortunately. Okay, it's next round. Initiative.
2.
That guy's on 6.
I rolled
5.
5.
5 as well.
Let's see. I'll randomly determine the target now. He's going for Chase.
I'm gonna declare out of sequence because you can do that. I'm gonna keep parrying.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. No problem at all.
I ain't dying. I ain't dying.
They're both attacking you.
Sure.
The first one's a 9 and misses. The second one is a 9 and misses. They both miss you thanks to your. Well, actually, you didn't even need your parries to miss, but yeah, they miss you
I
anyway.
ain't taking chances.
I understand. So who's on 5s? Everybody, I think.
Parrying their blows, by the way.
Everybody's on 5s. Snorri, what's your dexterity?
My dex is +1.
What's your score?
1 sec. 14.
Okay, you go first.
So no, I rolled a 2 for initiative, though.
Oh, you did? I'm sorry, I thought you were on 5. So you're on 5, but you're parrying. Okay, so in that case, then Bandit, you're next.
All right, I'm gonna pick one of the ones attacking Chase and attack him.
Yep. There's a. Oh no, neither one of them are injured. Actually, they're both fresh.
Yep. Long sword attack. It's a 12. It misses.
Unfortunately, yeah, you just can't get through. And yourself, Edmund.
What am I rolling to hit, am I?
Yeah, there's 2 of them attacking Chase. They're both fresh.
Okay. 19.
That will hit. This is a sword attack, yeah, slashing attack.
Yeah. 4.
4 points, nice.
Yep.
He's wounded now, but still in pretty decent shape. And Snorri?
Okay, once more into the breach. Oh yeah. I think I missed 11 + 3.
Yeah, you missed.
Okay.
So it'll be the next round. It'll be initiative.
5.
Case rolled a 4.
That guy's on 1.
Now he's on 3.
Okay, Bandit? 4. Okay, so 5 goes first. That's you, Edmund.
5.
Okay. Not yet, AJ. No, it's going to determine. I'm going to let them have a chance, unless this fight goes on for another minute or so, several 10 rounds or something. But,
You're ebbing away, but you're still going. Heart's still beating.
Mm-hmm. So who is next and who's on 4? Bandit.
Me and Bandit. So
Are you
I'll
still
let Bandit go first. Ladies go first.
All right, I'm gonna attack the same one.
Okay.
Ooh, 17.
Damage.
7 points of slashing damage.
That kills him. Only 1 remains. That's the 3rd one you've dropped, Bandit, isn't it?
Yeah, I keep
Some
stealing
fucking
everything.
wizard.
She
Some
ain't
magic
too
user you
bright.
are.
She's dead-eye. Murder.
Wizard or magic user / zombie slayer.
Seriously, right?
And next is.
It's Chase.
Snorri. Oh, Chase. Sorry, Chase.
Yeah. And Chase rolled for a total of 21.
Are you attacking? Yep. Damage?
Yes, correct. I'm going for it now. That I see there's only 1 left. I'm
Right.
going for it, cutting his head off.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna try to cut his head off at least. Let me roll damage. 3.
3 points. Okay.
So I just slash at it, get a good cut, but
Give him a close shave. Take a chunk of his chin off. Ooh, a slice of beard.
not the beard. Anything but the beard.
And then it's Snorri, right? Snorri hasn't gone yet this round, I don't
I haven't
think.
gone yet, no. Oh, that's a crit.
Oh, crit. Let's see what happens. Something interesting, hopefully. The next random encounter that should happen does not. That's nice to know. And yes, there are random encounters in this dungeon, so.
Oh, foiled.
So,
6 damage. It's bludgeoning, though. I don't know if that matters.
16. Oh, it does matter. It's bludgeoning. Okay. So he takes 1 point of damage.
Shit.
Oof.
Okay. Next round initiative. That guy's on 5.
6.
Chase is on 2.
Okay. You got 6, Andrew, and you too, Lloyd, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Snorri, you first.
Oh, 19 + 3.
That's a blunt weapon, though, yeah?
Yeah.
So he does 1 point of damage.
One. Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Knapp, or should I say Miss Sinclair? Or is it Mrs. Sinclair? Oh, surely it's Miss.
Miss, come on now. No, that's a miss.
Okay. It's Miss Sinclair. Yes, indeed. Okay. And then the zombie goes next, and he has a singular purpose. Once his target is selected, he will continue to attack that target until it dies. So he's attacking Chase.
I'm going to parry.
Okay, Chase parries, and I rolled a 3, so he missed you.
Yeah.
Haha, your parry was a waste.
Hey, I don't care. It's all
And
good.
that then makes it Edmund's turn. Mr. Warwick.
A 9.
No, unfortunately, misses as well. Wow, man, these things just are hard to kill, aren't they? Another round of initiative. Poor Peter isn't looking well over there. Anybody have a healing potion to pour down his throat?
Roll a 4.
I got
sorry.
Yeah, I used to be a midwife, so I'll try to apply medicine to him.
What initiative did you get?
I got a 4.
Okay, so the zombie goes first. Attacking you again, Chase. Are you parrying?
Parrying again.
Oh, good thing, because that was a 20.
See, I told you this parry.
Not a
except
natural 20, but that was a modified 20. And
That's like the second or third 20 I've barely beaten because of parrying, so
yeah, at least a second. Yeah, for sure.
I'm taking it.
That probably would have dropped you. Okay.
Definitely.
And next is all the 4s. So Andrew, since you're applying mesmerism, you go first. What are you doing exactly?
I've got some. Actually, I don't have anything I want to put in the wound. All I got is gunpowder. That's not gonna help. He's already too close to being dead. I'm going to rip off the bottom of my shirt, exposing my midriff.
Okay.
And I'm going to tie it around anything that looks like it's the bloodiest and try to stop bleeding.
Okay, cool. I'll say you can do that. That brings you to 0 hit points and barely conscious, Peter. You can crawl at 10 feet per round, essentially. But you're not in condition to attack or anything.
One view of the supple underboob, and I am magically awakened.
It's
Through the
fleeting.
power of teenager.
It's fleeting because I'm wearing chainmail over it, but yeah, you catch a glimpse.
Okay, next 4. That would be
Tits.
Snorri. Were you on 4, Snorri? Go for it.
I was. Okay, 16 plus 3, so I guess 1 point.
Damage. 1 point.
Bludgeoning, so.
Edmund.
$16. Do I have my attack bonuses? Or not?
Yeah, you add your melee attack bonus, yeah.
Which is +4.
That's a hit. Damage.
Okay.
It's a slashing weapon.
Yeah, I don't think I've been adding my attack bonuses. I've been so casual. He's just drunk. Edmund's always drunk all the time. 2.
2 points damage. Okay, he's still fighting.
Yeah.
It's another round of initiative. Oh, he's on 6. He's an eager. He is.
5 for me.
1.
I'm just going to say now that I'm going to parry.
Okay. Good thing. That would have been 6 points damage. But you parry it.
I'm just parrying.
Um,
Someone bloody kill this thing already!
Everybody else, we got the highest. Who's on? Anybody else on 6? Anybody on 5?
I'm on 5.
You go, sorry.
So on the 16 plus 3, so another point.
Okay. Who's on 4?
I'm on 4.
What are you doing?
Oh, sorry. Thought you went real slow. I thought you linked out or something.
No.
Just attacking. It's 17.
17's a hit. Damage.
4 slashing damage.
That does it. Kill the
Yep.
last one.
So after binding the wound, I'll just gingerly walk over and slice its head off.
You
Chase
killed
is gonna
4 out of 5 of
immediately
those.
bow
Magic
to
user.
Nice.
immediately bow to Miss Sinclair and
She saved a
offer
party
his
member
profuse
and killed
thanks.
4 out of 5 of the zombies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
You guys know
profuse
much start
thanks.
carrying some of the weight around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn over the side of the blade and kind of hold it up and say, "Damn, these dwarven swords are nice. You guys should have picked up some."
As I'm bleeding from bites and claw
Yeah.
marks,
You can stop the bleeding.
I'm gonna say definitely should have.
I'll just say that you can stop the bleeding anyway. There's no like medicine check or
Sure.
anything. So.
Yes. I'm just gonna be tending to myself and gingerly.
Mhm. Poor Peter is on the ground, can't stand yet, doesn't have the strength to stand. I'll say after another hour, he'll get a hit point back. Then he'll have 1 hit point and he'll be able to stand and fight again.
How about recovering HP for the wounded, bloody Chase here? How do we go about that, if possible?
You can use magic, or you can rest.
Out of character, I do not possess the magical means to do anything useful.
If you simply rest, you'll gain back a hit point, I think, a day.
Sure.
If you get complete bed rest, then you'll gain a hit point plus your constitution modifier per day, if I recall correctly, or something along those lines.
Right.
But it's old school.
At this
The
point,
only reason I'm giving AJ back a hit point after an hour is because he was at 0.
yeah,
And otherwise, he's just going to be, weekend at Bernie's for the rest of the game.
definitely. Well, I guess the Chase looking down at Peter. I guess the question is, what do we do with him now? Ugh. And me too. I mean, the wounds just.
Carry me back to heaven.
Yes. I think we might very well should.
Oh, I have a cousin.
Yes.
I look over.
Peter.
I'm gonna look at the submarine and say, "I wonder what's in that thing, though."
Well, I guess we should look before we make any further decision. Yes.
Hmm.
No, we can't leave yet. We haven't gotten any treasure.
I hate to say it, but I agree with Master Snorri.
Come on, Peter, strap on a pair and let's go. I'm going to go into the submarine. Not concerned about these human idiots.
Does someone want to drag Peter along, perhaps?
Yeah, I'll help carry him.
Chase is gonna sort of
Okay. I was liking it.
plan it up. He's gonna kind of play up the wound a little as he kind of struts over into the submarine.
Are you all right, Chase?
Oh, just wounds, just dastardly zombies. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to take a look at that when we get in that thing.
Oh yes, and I have some other ones too that you can't readily see. Yeah, those two maybe.
I think that is what happens when you run off and fight while we're all standing back and
Well,
you get
I
entertained.
thought you'd all bloody well back me up, as they say.
We were standing in defensive line, I think. Some of us had the idea to stand together and wait for them to come to us, but no. Even charging and be a hero.
It all worked out in the end, Mr. Dwarf. Let's just go.
Peter nearly died. You nearly died. I don't think it worked out at all.
Nearly died. Peter's fine. I'm fine.
Exactly. It's a flesh wound. You'll be
Guys, who exactly is Peter?
Claire, you don't remember our dear friend Peter from earlier at the tavern?
No, but I was pretty drunk.
fine. Yes, I was too drunk.
Yes, I think we all
Where did he come from?
Fine.
Peter is a mason's son who went into the tavern to fetch some supplies for his father. And he got into a dice game with these guys and lost the 1 copper piece that he owns. And he followed them in a desperate attempt to get the copper back because his father would beat him severely.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Poor Peter.
Poor Peter. Yes, Peter's life is awful. Jesus Christ.
I'm guessing Peter's father probably would have tried to eat him.
Yeah, really.
Peter, was he the guy that kept beating around the bush?
No.
So I lagged out for a long period of time there, guys. I apologize. Were you guys getting into the submarine, were you?
Yes, we were just
Yes.
bantering about as we got into the submarine. Yeah.
Yes.
You're going to start to wind the crank to let out the cable and ease your way towards that whirlpool.
No. I'm going to close the hatch first.
Yeah.
That's
That's a
strong
good
evil
idea.
GM.
Very good.
You close the hatch first. Okay, it's dark. You can't see shit.
So do we have a candle? I have a candle.
Okay, good. Candles burn less oxygen, so
Yes.
it'll take longer to suffocate yourselves in here burning a candle than it would with a torch.
Exactly.
Candles were a smart idea for inside the submarine. To be fair.
Yes.
Okay, so now you have candlelight. You're inside the sealed submarine. You're gonna start winding the crank to let out the cable. So the submarine starts to slowly ease out. The cable, however, you're on the beach, so the submarine doesn't actually move as the cable starts to go slack.
We're on the bottom.
Yeah, the submarines were beached, so somebody's gonna have to get out and push it into the water.
Well, I suppose I'm quite strong. I'll do it. I'll get out and push it.
Okay. Anybody can help him?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, both of you roll and open doors.
I've got a 3 and 6 on open doors chance, so I roll a 6.
Nope. Okay, what'd you get, Snorri?
I'm muted. Is it just 1 and 6 or
It's 1 and 6 base, and you get to add your strength modifier. What's your strength modifier?
+1?
So you get a 2 and 6 chance.
Okay. Nope.
Nope. Okay, they're pushing. It moves a little bit, but not quite far enough. He's gonna keep trying. Try again.
Yeah, try again.
I'll try. I think I missed what we were doing, but
They had to get out and push the submarine because you were on the beach, so you let out the cable and it just went slack.
oh, okay. I will add my effort to it then. Nope.
You got a 2. That's good enough. Okay, so the 3 of you are pushing, but you got a 2 on that, Edmund. So you managed to push it well enough that the next wave comes in and pulls it, and it starts to move. So now you guys got to jump back in, get in the hatch, seal the hatch.
Let us not tarry, gentlemen.
I want all 3 of you to make paralyze saves.
And on saving
If you
throws,
manage to get into the wet metal submarine without falling into the water.
on a saving throws in the system, it's above, yeah, or
You
below,
want to roll equal to or higher, yes.
equal to or higher. Okay.
Is there any sort of bonus for having drank that water?
No.
No.
That water was just empty water, that's all it was.
7.
It was a total red herring.
Yeah, I got 12.
Now I rolled an 8. However, I do get the next saving throw to succeed if I save
Good. Good. See, that saved your life.
Yeah, really, seriously.
Did you
So
fail,
I'm gonna,
Edmund?
7.
You failed?
Yeah.
Okay, so Snorri jumps up and gets into the hatch. You jump up and get into the hatch, Chase, and the submarine starts to sink in the water. And Edmund goes to jump up and slips on the metal surface of the submarine, bangs his head off the side of the submarine, and tumbles into the water. Splash! You're wearing chainmail, aren't you, Edmund?
Mm.
Yeah, the weight of the chain is pulling you under the water. Let me see here. Oh, yes. And the strength of the whirlpool is pulling you rapidly towards it. As you guys, the submarine is going down below the water.
Close the hatch!
there's nothing we can do to save him.
Water starts to come in over the top.
Ah!
I don't want to drown.
Closing the hatch behind me as I give up on Edmund, unfortunately.
I need you to make a saving throw versus magical device, or whatever that is. What is it in Lamentations? Is there a magic device save? There's a device save, isn't there?
There's a magic save, I think.
There's a magic save.
Well, like effects
That's
from
what device
items.
save.
It's magic
Magical
device.
device, yes. Magic device.
Magical device.
Go ahead and roll that for me there, Dave. For Edmund.
1.
Oh, you failed that?
Yeah.
Oh. Unfortunately, Edmund will die from drowning and being crushed against the walls as he gets pulled through the whirlpool.
Wow.
And washed out through to the other side. As you guys starting to move out, you move out about 10, 20 feet from the beach. All of a sudden, the table goes tight again. And as you're trying to turn the crank to loosen the cable, you feel something counteracting and pulling you back towards the beach. And try as you might, it pulls you right back up and right back up onto the beach where you were, and you're beached again. And you try to turn the crank, but you're being countered by something.
What the bloody hell is that? Keeping us from going forward?
That's somewhat worrying.
Yes, and we just lost Edmund.
Yeah, he never resurfaced.
God.
This adventure.
What are we going to do? So we appear to be back above water, right?
Yeah, you're back up on the beach again.
Okay.
We need to go check.
You know, open the hatch and look.
I open the hatch and
The
look.
cable is now drawn taut, leading up into the darkness. You can't see that high up, but it has something to do with this tower, you're sure, that leads up into the darkness.
Oh, there's a tower. Oh, I didn't even notice
What
that.
they are, metagaming, is they're cranes.
Yeah, so there's someone in the crane,
But
essentially.
you can't see high up enough because they're like 7 feet above the ground, and, you know, you're tortured.
Peter's going to jump out and go to climb the tower.
Okay. Now, there's a couple things we can do here. We can take a bio break, for one, at the very least, or we can break, period. It's we're about 3 hours into the game time, if we had started on time. Now, we did start late, but... so we can take a bio break and play for another hour if you guys want. And Dave, if he wants, can come up and roll up another character, even if he wants to come and join the group. You do that during the bio break.
I do actually have another character already rolled.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
I am one of those people who do these things.
This is a Lamentations veteran.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
going to
good.
back up next time myself.
I'm good to keep going or to whatever. I'm easy. I'm the
Does
winner.
anybody have to go right now?
No, no. Let me go.
I mean, if we can finish within the next hour, then I should be fine. It's getting late, but
Oh, we won't finish the adventure, but we can play for another hour before we break.
Yeah, let's
And
do
we'll
that.
continue the adventure the next time. So
Sure.
yeah, but we can definitely get another hour playing. So let's take a quick bio break. If anybody wants to take a few minutes, use a toilet, stretch your legs, get a snack, smoke a joint, whatever.
Grab a character. I'll be
I'll
back.
get another beer. Actually, I'm going to get 2. Be right back.
Be right back.
Right. I'm back.
Yep, I just got back also.
What do you think so far?
So far, so good. I'm pretty scared because my guy is really fucking weak. I'm just lucky I haven't got attacked yet.
you're the hero of the session. What are you talking about, man?
She's been the MVP so far.
Yeah, really, seriously.
Well, I'll tell you, putting on that armor was a good move.
Yeah,
So I would have had 12 armor class if not.
yeah. All I have to say is parrying. I'm like the parrying guru. I can teach you all a thing or two about parrying.
Poor AJ comes charging down the hill. First thing he does is rolls a critical failure.
Oh,
And
that
in
was
the second round, he gets taken out.
so clutch.
I was expecting something like that.
I'm surprised Lloyd didn't actually kill me. I thought he was going to try.
Yeah, I really considered it, but I decided I wouldn't have known that would help me. It would just seem
That
really
would have
bizarre.
been way too meta. I would have punished him severely.
Yeah, it would have been so meta to do that, I think. But I mean, a level is a big deal.
It is a big deal. I mean, that's when you know you made it in Lamentations. When you get to level 2, cha-ching. That's one for the annals.
Yeah, I retire level 3 characters like they're level 20s.
Well,
Your
sorry,
last one got to level 4, I think, before you retired.
I actually made this guy level 2. Should I have made level 1?
No, see, I had said if you guys want, you can just roll your next character at the same level as the character that passed.
Okay, that's what I thought.
But, you know, Andrew likes to play like a man, so he always starts at level 1.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with these adventures is they're all geared for low level, so...
Oh, yeah, yeah.
This one's 3 to 5, I think, technically.
Is it? I don't even know. I didn't read. I didn't look into that. I mean, I read the adventure. I just didn't read anything about, level expectation or anything.
Yeah, I just remember seeing it on, like, the description on the product.
This is going to easily be a 2-session adventure. Probably do it in 2. Yeah, I'd say we could probably do it in 2. If it goes 3, that's fine too. Whatever it takes. But I didn't want to rush it. You guys were doing really good with the role play. It was good banter and good fun. I think everybody's back now, though. John, you're there, yeah? Oh, maybe not. Maybe John's not back.
I'm waiting to get my hands on them super weapons.
Yeah, there's no way I'm letting those fall into the hands of the Witch Queen.
Poor Edmund. Survived the plague of Norwich. Survived the first combat against undead here in the Dwarven ruins. And then slipped off a submarine and drowned.
Yeah, so ignoble.
Not so poor when you find out what his real backstory was.
Right?
He wasn't. His family weren't killed by mysterious forces. He killed them all.
Ah, well, karma got him back in the end.
He murdered his younger sister, older brother, father, and mother, and then burnt the whole place down as well over gambling debts. So he was actually a
Top bloke.
He was just a bastard.
Makes Redemption Ironside look like a Girl Scout.
Yeah.
He was a Girl Scout.
In the end.
Redemption Ironside, he's a bigger Girl Scout than my girl character.
This is your second girl character. Your last girl character was pretty butch too.
Oh yeah, she was like a real girl. I guess this is a woman. She's like 28.
Hayu something.
Yeah, it was Hayu Roosterbane.
Yeah, Roosterbane. That's right. Are you back yet, John? I think we're just waiting for John. Oh, John's back. Okay, cool. Everybody's back. Good. Now, Peter was starting to climb the crane. This lattice worked stainless steel tower. Yes?
Yeah, I'm coming out after him too, but I'm gonna stand on the bottom like a spotter.
Okay. So. Let me find this bit about the crane. Oops, that's too far. There's no crane. Okay. So you can climb up to the top of the crane, no problem. However, there is a dwarven sentinel at the controls. And when he sees you, he will step up from the controls and try to engage you. So let's roll initiative there, Peter.
And Chase is right behind, if that matters anything.
Sure, does.
5, motherfucker.
He's on 2. You get the first attack. What are you
I
fighting
rolled
with?
a 1.
What's your weapon? Well, Chase, you unfortunately can't pass him as you're climbing up the tower.
I'm like right
You're
behind,
just-
seeing this happening.
Yes.
Poor Peter.
So I strike out with my spear. I got +3. 15, 16, 17, 18 to hit.
That will hit. You stab him with the spear. That's a piercing weapon, yes?
Yep.
Okay. Piercing weapon does 1 point of damage to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. These guys, they take 1 point of damage from piercing and blunt weapons.
Oh, right.
Unfortunately. But you do stab him through.
Nice.
And he looks at you and tries to claw and bite at you, pulling the spear through him further.
I have a shield.
That's a 14 to hit. Does not hit your armor class, does it?
No, my AC is 16.
Okay, yeah, good.
Scrabbles off my chain shit.
So what I can say you can do now, if you want to try to crawl up and get into an attacking position for next round, Chase, you can do so, but it's going to be dangerous, meaning that if you take a hit then during combat, you're going to have to make a saving throw not to fall from the crane. Because you're crawling away from the kind of setup handholds for crawling up to the control point. You know, it's like you're stepping away from the tower.
I'm just simply going to call out to Peter for him to get out of the bloody way and let me get up there. I'm not going to try anything overly dangerous.
Just going to try to pass him on the ladder. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
Get up the bloody ladder and let me through.
Next round initiative. Well, let's roll initiative. 3 of us anyway. There's my dwarven sentinel. Oh. Oh. You don't have a dex mod?
No.
Okay. Poor dejected Pete is on 1. What did you get, Chase?
That's a 3.
Okay. Pete,
But now am I on, are we like in the crane area now, or are we still on the ladder?
Pete, do you want to kind of climb down a bit to let him pass you?
No. Oh, well, yeah. My spear is currently embedded in this dwarf, so I have limited mobility options yet.
Well, you could try to throw him off the crane. Might take your spear with him, but use his leverage and try to toss him forcefully off.
I'll do that.
Try to toss him off, yeah.
Yeah, why not? I'm a teenager. I'm an expert at that sort of thing.
Okay, well, he gets an attack first because he did win initiative.
I'm parrying.
That's a 12 against your armor class, so I think he misses
Yay.
you again. So now you can try to hurl him off. So we're going to let's just roll a strength check. So it's a d20. You want to roll under your strength. Wow.
Failed by 1.
You failed by 1? Okay, unfortunately he failed by 5, so you still managed to turn and heave him off of the crane. Unfortunately, since you did fail by 1, I'm going to say he takes your spear with him.
Yeah. That's better than nothing.
And he goes plummeting the 75 feet down from the control to the bottom, so he's going to take 8 points of damage. He's still going to be alive when he hits the bottom.
Oh, wow. Fuck, I'm glad I tossed this guy.
Oh, I'm going to run over and attack him.
So who's down at the bottom?
Great work, Pete.
Snorri's down there, Bandit's down there, yeah?
Yep. Time to run over and kill
These are
Steel.
my little friends!
Your new character could be arriving now as well, Dave.
Okay.
So yeah, he hits the ground with the spear sticking through him. In fact, roll a d4 for me, AJ. Don't roll a 1.
Don't say that. What's wrong with you? That's a 4.
Okay, your spear does not break as he hits the ground with it stuck through him.
Great.
The spear is still whole. So, Bandit, you ran up to attack him?
Yep.
Roll to hit.
Finish him.
He's basically helpless. I mean, he's going to be armor class 12, I'll say.
Oh, I got 14.
Damn. Oh, no, he dies. He has 1 hit point left.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I'll cut his head off.
Another kill for Bandit Sinclair. Zombie murderer.
Honestly, I want her around every time there's a zombie apocalypse.
So now the crane controls are empty. You can release the cable, and you should be able to drive the submarine back down.
Well, then me and Pete shall do that, and then hand in hand, skipping our way back to the sub as we come down the victorious heroes.
Skipping your way down the 75-foot tall ladder. No.
No. To the beach, my friend. To the beach.
Of course.
I'll just slide down the cable.
Dave, who is your new character?
My new character is Tea Leaf, and he's a halfling.
Excellent. A halfling arrives. Also, apparently followed you from the pub. Heard you talking about the adventure. Or something.
I love this idea.
Does that work?
Running in, panting. I'm here, guys. I made
What the
it.
hell bloody is this now?
That's Tea Leaf. I remember him.
My cousin.
How does she remember somebody?
Yeah, I saw you. Oh, yes, I saw you, and I'm here for 2 reasons. Find elves to kill them. Not that they're likely to be here in the Dwarven Mountain, but I figure dwarves hate elves almost as much as I do.
Aye.
I have no money. So money is what I need.
Join the club,
in
friend.
my venture.
Well, can you fight?
Can I fight? Of course I can fight. I fought my way out of an elvish camp where myself and the rest of my people have been butchered in their thousands.
Bloody thousands, eh? Oh, well, all
By
right.
the elves in Europe are killing all of my people.
Glad I stay off the continent. Well, he can come. Democratic vote?
Mm.
I mean, you are down in Edmond.
I use all of my 6 votes to vote yes.
I thank you.
The deeper we go, the more votes I get.
Seriously, honestly.
Excellent.
Hey, he's a dwarf.
Fine, let's go.
I think votes should go by who kills the most. I think I'll use my 7 to accept him.
I don't think anyone asked you to speak, women.
Cowards can speak? I didn't know that. That's odd. I thought you were resigned to standing back and watching men die. Isn't that your skill?
I was resigned to strategy.
Miss
You
Sinclair,
wouldn't understand such thing.
dwarf, let's just focus on the matter at hand. Remember, gold and jewels and lots of it and money. Can we just go, please?
Mark my words, he'll betray us all before the end.
You're a witch.
I don't trust the
He's gonna
dwarf
walk
because she
the
doesn't
submarine.
trust him.
As this argument
Walk your
continues.
And she'll show a little bit of her skin on her shoulder and say, but you guys can believe who you want.
I believe her.
Okay.
I knew I could count on you, Peter.
Nice. So you can get back into the tube, into the submarine, seal the hatch. Oh, who's going to push it into the water this time?
Oh, I'll give it a go. I'm pretty strong.
You're pretty strong. You try it by yourself, Peter, or are you going to have somebody help you?
Yeah, I'm showing off.
Roll a d6. This is an open doors check.
Okay, I've got a 2. So I roll a d6 and got to get a 1 or a 2. Is that right?
A 2 because you're a fighter, right?
Yeah.
Because he's
And
a
also, what's your strength modifier?
+1.
So you have 3 and 6 chance. You got a 50-50 chance here.
Yeah. 3.
He single-handedly pushes it into the with all 4 of you inside.
No problem.
Now roll that paralyzed check as you climb back up into the submarine.
Paralyzed check?
Yeah, because you're going to climb into the wet submarine and you just push out the water.
10. Yep. That's a pass. Under 13?
No.
You got to get over 13?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God.
You push it single-handedly in. You jump up, reach for the hatch, and you slip into the water. And you're immediately being pulled into the whirlpool. Now you need to
Close
make
the
a
hatch.
magic. You need to make a magic. This is a magic save. Yeah. A regular magic.
Christ.
We need to stop
This is
doing
brutal.
this.
Don't worry. I'm sure someone will be along shortly from the start.
Roll a magic save there, AJ.
Oh god. So, he drowns.
Peter is also dashed against the rocks and drowned as he goes through the whirlpool to the bottom.
But look, who's that coming down the stairs?
Well, I look out of the fucking window on the side of the submarine as he's getting sucked down, and I turn to the dwarf and go, I still get 7 votes.
Chase is seated with his head in his hands. He's just in awe of the failure of our leader, in this case Snorg, and he's just sort of depressed now.
What failure? I haven't died.
Now, I have a quick question for everybody. And rather than just ask you a simple yes or no question, I'm going to give you an option. Okay, so you can't say that I betrayed you in any way, Andrew. Are you sitting or not?
Chase is very definitely seated currently.
Sitting or not? In the submarine?
Yes.
No, definitely not.
You're standing, okay. The craft is sucked down the passage and crashes to the pool below. Are you sitting or standing?
I'm going to sit.
I already said I was...
I know you are. I'm asking Dave and Andrew.
Sitting.
They're both sitting. So everyone's sitting except for Snorri. So those of you who are sitting take a d6 damage.
I would have liked to have known that information before I answered.
No, don't worry. You're gonna take 2d6 because you're not sitting.
I mean, that's worse.
Yeah.
Actually,
2.
could I use my reaction to cast Featherfall on him? Because I know it's one that you don't have to do as an actual. It doesn't have a casting time. If somebody falls, you can cast it. So I'm wondering if Turbulence is similar to falling. If I cast Featherfall, will that weaken the force from him crashing into something?
Yeah. If you cast Featherfall, I'll say he only takes a d6.
Alright, I'm going to do it.
Nice.
Ah, damn it, Dwarf, take a seat! And I cast Featherfall.
I'll let you guys roll your own damage. Roll d6 to see how much damage you take.
Thankfully,
By the way, that's the only useful thing I could have done. I just
only
did it.
rolled 1, so I'm down to 4 HP now.
I have 24 hit points. What the fuck? Now I have 20, or now I have 19. But I started with 24 hit points.
You must have rolled a lot better than I did. Or what's your... Yeah. Well, was it D10 on a dwarf?
Yeah, it's D10.
Yeah. D8 on a fighter, and I rolled terribly.
Oh, somebody roll percentile for me.
Yeah. Hold
You're
on.
getting sucked through the shaft. Actually, you haven't dropped down to the pool below yet. There's a percentage
23.
chance that you're going to get stuck in the shaft because there's already one submarine through this.
I took-
on a percentile, I rolled a 40.
Okay, nope, that's fine. You don't get stuck in the shaft on the way down. So you do suck through and drop down into the pool below.
Safely-ish, I'm assuming now.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. So it takes you about 10 minutes, all in all, getting sucked down through this whirlpool. And when you hit the bottom, let me just see here. Just want to see, make sure I'm not missing anything. So yeah, once you're down in the lower cavern, okay. Yep, you land in a landing pool essentially. Basically, the whirlpool from the water in the location you just came from empties out here out of a drain specifically constructed so that the descending craft would be able to come down. Craft splashes down directly below the drain, a 40-foot drop, which is where you took your falling damage from and all that. And it immediately starts to sink.
So we're sinking now.
You're sinking.
So do we want to attempt to get out before we sink, or?
I would say yes.
Or tighten the crank.
I mean, who's driving this thing currently? Is anyone driving?
I would have thought the fury of nature is driving it.
Don't even look at me.
working
Oh
with-
no.
Okay, well, I guess I'm a dwarf, so I'm doing it. So I'll I mean, I don't know. I guess I want to. So we've come down into like another cavern, right? We've like fallen into another cavern.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm muted. Yes, a lower cavern. I didn't realize I was muted.
Okay.
Correct.
Well, I would think that this is our stop. So I'll open the hatch. Are we still underwater?
Yeah, the submarine was starting to sink. Did you tighten up the thing so it would not go underwater, just to keep it above water?
I would do that, yeah.
Okay. Now, you are about 60 feet away from the shore, from the beach.
Okay.
So yeah, you can't really see the beach too well at all. In fact, what do you want to do to try to get the craft? I mean, you can see the way the water is moving. You know that you can hear the water lapping up on land over in that direction.
Doesn't have any oars or anything.
No, it does not.
Does it have a rudder or anything even?
No, but if you're searching around, you will find a shoreline.
Okay, let's try that.
So what that means is one of you will have to swim to the shore and then pull the shoreline to pull the craft up to the beach.
All right, I volunteer tea leaf.
Yes. The new
I've
boy
got-
go first.
I've got seniority.
He's a dwarf.
Dwarves are notoriously bad swimmers.
Yeah.
So T-Leaf, are you going to swim?
Sure, why not?
Okay, you can swim, right?
Yeah, of course. Like a fish.
Yeah. There's no whirlpool down here, so you make it no problem, and you can pull the submarine to the shore. Pulls you guys up onto the beach, where you will see several stone pylons along the shore, which can be used to secure the watercraft. You tie the shoreline to it. There's also one submarine already moored here. Its hatch is closed.
Learned my lesson from opening hatches today.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, it's not closed. The hatch is open, I apologize, and there are 6 dwarven sentinels lying dead on the beach near it. They've been destroyed. So they're
Yeah,
simple
one sentence.
corpses.
The tension just ratcheted it up and then down again.
Has Edmund and poor Edmund and Peter drifted to the shore yet?
Yeah, their bodies are up on the beach.
Crushed.
Mangled and crushed and bloated.
Is their gear still on them?
Actually, it's not. They lost most of their gear. It sunk to the bottom of the pool.
Worth asking, you know.
It does say that here in the module.
Yeah.
Because if you survive going through the whirlpool, if you make that magic save and don't get just crushed against the rocks instantly, then you only take 3d6 damage.
What?
So you can survive, but you lose all of your gear in the process. You wash up on the beach basically in your underclothes.
Probably better that you just die and move on with life at that point.
Unfortunately, nobody made that save, so. I think Peter only had 1 hit point left, so he still would have died.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think Edmund would have as well.
So also on the sandy shore, as you're looking about now, there are 7 life-size dwarf statues scattered about. They depict dwarves in solemn dress with their heads bowed. The 5th one has the following inscribed upon it in ancient dwarf runes. Are you going to read the rune story?
Yes, sir.
It says, "You stupid fool, you should not have read this. You're dead." No, just kidding.
Damn it!
It says, "We stare willingly into the stone lizard's eyes so that we may stand vigilant in memory of what our people have done."
Okay.
This sounds ominous.
Stone
Each
lizard. Huh?
statue has a small red gem embedded in its forehead. Towards the south, the sand begins to give way to more standard worked stone floors. And you can see, that there are halls. There's a 20-foot wide hall kind of leading west, 20-foot wide hall leading south, and then there's a small little 10-foot hall also leading south just to the east of the wider hall.
I'm going to go up and, with my dagger, pry out one of the gems from the statue.
Of course you are.
Chase will not be doing that. Instead, he will be looking towards one of the southern tunnels. Either one.
It looks like it's worth about 50 silver pieces.
Okay, it's not warm or anything, or it doesn't give off a weird feeling?
No.
Okay. That being the case, I'll take the rest.
Okay. Somebody roll a d10 for me. AJ, roll a d10 for me. Roll a 1.
That's a 6.
Ah, rats. Okay. Yep, so you get all the gems out eventually.
And there was 7, right?
Hmm?
There was 7?
Oh, 7. Yeah, you get them all.
Cool.
The entire level, anyway, it's extremely noisy here. I should have read this. I didn't read this until just now. Sorry, I'm getting towards the end of the room. Coming from the south, you actually can now hear what sounds like a large crowd screaming in agony.
Well, that's good.
Uh-oh.
I'm just going to venture to say that we don't want to go that way.
I'm going to reload my pistol. I think we have to go that way.
Oh. That better be a very, very big bloody pile of gold at the end of this.
I'm going to start walking towards the screaming.
And I will follow.
Okay, it seems to be loudest coming from the narrower southern hallway, which was just east of the wider one. So it goes down about 50 feet, and then it turns 90 degrees to the left, which would be east. I will tell you. So the noise saturating this level you can hear is coming from whatever lies around this corner. As you come around the corner, you see a creature. It is approximately 7 feet long, and it looks like an upside-down shark, minus the fins and tail. It has 13 short legs with no discernible feet supporting it. It has no eyes, at least not where eyes should be. There are over 1,000 stalks, perhaps a foot long and 2 inches wide each, jutting out from every surface of its body, and at the end of each stalk is a pod with a toothless mouth. Every one of these stalks is screaming. Each screaming mouth has a tongue. At the end of these tongues are pairs of connected eyes which dart around nervously and give it its kaleidoscopic vision.
Fuck. That's
What
gnarly.
damnation is that?
Who was leading the way?
Me.
It's charging towards you.
Right, I shoot it.
Roll it.
Yeah, Chase is going to start shooting it too, for good measure.
Did you say roll initiative or roll to hit?
No, roll to hit. You've
Okay.
got a weapon drawn. You can fire to hit.
Oh yeah, it's a crit.
It's a crit.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I always get that result. What is that? I rolled the same result multiple times today. Oh no, I have to re-roll that one. Because that's an experience points-based one. Okay, 13, lucky number. Your party will be surprised at the start of the next combat. Yay! Way to go.
We'll be surprised.
Yes, the next time you run into combat, creatures will get an attack before you guys get to roll initiative.
But I rolled a crit.
I know. Oh, wait. Did I roll the wrong
Success.
chart? I
Yeah.
rolled the wrong chart.
It should be a good thing, not a
Well,
bad
that's right. Punished for success.
thing. Yeah,
That's lamentations for you.
right.
You will heal at twice your normal rate, and all healing spells will have maximum effect until you're fully healed, at which point this benefit ends. Are you injured?
No, I'm not yet.
So it has no effect, unfortunately. You feel great.
Okay.
What's your damage? How much damage do you do
Oh,
to this
yes.
bloody eye stalk thing?
6.
6 points of damage. Let me just see, does it have any kind of immunities or anything of that sort? Nope. Oh! That's okay. We'll do this from now on. Now make a saving throw, please, versus magic. In fact, is everybody kind of behind Snorri, I presume, yeah?
Yeah.
More or less, yeah.
I'll need you all to make saving throws versus magic, please.
If you get your value, is that a success or a fail?
That's a success. Equal to or higher.
Then I succeed.
I failed.
Just succeed. 12.
Ooh, got a 20 on it. Succeed.
It's number or higher, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
On magic, it's magic, you said?
Yep.
Ooh, I barely did it. Nice. 17.
Okay. All of you who failed cannot act this coming round. All of you who succeeded can act, but you get a -2 to all melees and -4 to all missile attacks. Your movement is halved, and any attempt at spellcasting must make another save, or the noise distraction causes your spell to be miscast.
Okay.
We shouldn't have came here.
We shouldn't have come here at all.
Initiative, gentlemen, except for those of you who cannot act.
3.
Creature is on 7. Oh, 6. Sorry, 6.
5 plus 2, 7.
And I rolled a 6.
6 as well.
So everybody's on 6s except Snorri.
7.
Well, 6 is the maximum roll, though, because there's only 6 segments to a round.
Oh, wait a minute. What, for initiative?
Yep.
Don't you add a modifier for dexterity?
You do, but like even if you roll above 6, you're on 6.
Oh, okay, 6 then. Right.
Because it's just 6 segments, 6 seconds, basically.
So that's 6. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. So we all act simultaneously except for Snorri. So the creature is attacking Snorri because it was the first person that it saw. It does 1 bite attack. Here we go, Snorri. Ooh, that's going to be a 19. Does that hit you?
Yes, sir.
Does 2d4 damage. So that's 1, 3, 4. 4 points of damage.
Sorry, I actually was injured. I had taken 5 from the being smashed around in the submarine.
Good to know. Okay, so you will have all those healing effects I mentioned earlier. So you'll heal twice the normal rate, meaning if you get a rest tonight, you'll get 2 hit points back instead of 1. And any healing spells used against you will have maximum effect until you reach your full health again. Might be a good thing to mark down your character sheet because that'll last until you're fully healed again, period, even if it takes multiple sessions. Now, so you just took, what did I say, 4 points of bite damage from it. What did the rest of you 6s get on your attack rolls, or whatever you're doing?
I'm going to be striking with sword in this case. And I rolled a total of 20.
Is that with the -2?
No. It would be with the -2 would then go to 18.
Still hit though. Roll damage.
Yeah, and I rolled, assuming that let's see. Oh, okay. There you go. 8.
Excellent.
So I took a nice meaty chunk, I hope.
Yep, you do. You do take a good chunk out of it. Which is pretty bad. What? Who else was on 6 there? Dave.
9. There's a minus in this, is there?
Yeah, -2.
Oh, okay, so that kills off that.
Just from the distraction of the screen.
So it kills off the bonus, so 9.
Ah, okay. Does not hit. I'm going to call you Blair. Sinclair?
I got a 15 on a long sword attack.
Just doesn't quite cut through it. You hit it, but you don't do any damage to it. You don't cut its flesh. And so then that's it, right? Oh no, then Snorri.
Okay, I'm gonna just run up and swing my hammer at. No, I miss.
Okay. Next round. Everybody roll another saving throw versus magic.
I succeed.
Fail.
18, so I passed.
Bandit?
I tied. Does tie a pass?
Ty has a
You
pass.
said it is. Okay, yeah, pass.
Only Tea Leaf is paralyzed for the round. Just from the sound, it's just completely disabling. He has to hold his hands to his ears for the next 6 seconds anyway. So initiative for the rest of us. Wow, I didn't roll well for him. He's a 2.
5.
Okay.
3.
You're really good at initiative there, Bandit.
Yeah, really.
Hey,
Seriously.
you're first.
Yeah, I haven't rolled below a 4, I think, on initiative all game. And I only have a +1 dex. Alright, longsword attack.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck yeah. So with the -2 +1, 17.
That's enough to hit damage.
3 points of damage.
Okay. Who was next? Who was on 5?
I was.
Go for it there, Chase.
Okay, so it's 17 plus 3 minus 2, so 18.
Hits.
5 points of damage.
Oh, wow. It's hurt really bad. It's looking really bad. And Snorri, you're next.
Okay. Okay, that maybe we'll hit 15 plus 3.
That will hit. You'll kill it because it has 1 hit point left.
Oh, nice. Okay. I'll run up and take a big jump with my hammer and just cave its hideous head in.
Okay. As it is killed, its dying gasp will be the last conversation it overheard. It says, "Remember, after we get through this door, go straight, not up." And then another voice comes from it and says, "Right. We're not interested in up. Whatever's up there is someone else's problem. We're after the What's that? Ah!"
So go straight, not up, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
And the room you're in is a dead end.
And there's nothing else in the room?
No. It was just the creature here. The room itself is, I'm just trying to get my map back up here. The room itself is about 30 feet wide by 40 feet long from north to south. And it's just a dead end. And now you no longer hear that screaming echoing throughout the whole area. And it gets much quieter. Now again, you're in beautifully carved dwarven stone rooms, 50-foot high ceilings, well, ceilings higher than you can see with your torchlight, And yeah, so if you go back towards the beach, then there was still the wide hallway that headed west, or the wide hallway heading south.
Well, since we're right by it, I suggest Chase is going to suggest going down the next hallway in the area that we're in.
Which one, south or west?
The
South, yeah.
So where we were, there was 2. There was one, the small one
Yeah,
going.
that's right. Okay, so you
Go to the second one that's in our area. That's, I guess, the southwest-ly one.
just straight south. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
It's a little bit west of where you were.
Yeah. That's
Anybody
where Chase
disagree?
suggested we go.
I don't have any disagreement, so I guess you guys go down. It's a 20-foot wide corridor. You go about 70, 80 feet before there is kind of an angled hall on each side. One heads southeast, one heads southwest, and then the tunnel itself continues beyond those southwest. So it's kind of like almost like a peace sign little three-way jaunt. Just see something here while you guys are trying to decide if you want to go or which direction. Yep, okay. So you can either head south, southwest, or southeast.
And south would be basically directly going straight.
Continuing on the direction you're headed, yes.
I suppose we should put it to another democratic vote.
I would say straight, since I now have 35 votes, since we're deeper in the cavern.
Bloody hell, dwarf! You do not have 35 votes. But I do vote to go straight. So
Yeah, straight on.
I don't think it matters. Let's just choose one.
Straight on.
Straight on. So you go straight on. You'll continue down then another 60 feet into a large room. This room, I'll tell you in a second. This is a great vaulted chamber. 300 feet high at the center, with great arches all extending from the walls and meeting at a central point. Yeah, it's dimly lit in here apparently as well. The entire thing is being kept together by a keystone at the top, and you look up there and it's glimmering like a diamond.
All right, this time I look at Snorri and I say, come on, seriously? 300-foot tall ceiling?
The door to the south is huge, 40 feet high, 15 feet wide, made of golden-hued metal of unknown origin. The sign of the hammer is on the door, but otherwise it is featureless, a stark contrast to the finely decorated walls around it. It has no visible opening mechanism, no hinges or anything. Before the great door is a fire pit 15 feet wide, scalloped out of the floor, only a couple of feet deep, and lined with mother of pearl. Any fuel that was once here has long been burned away or taken away. But even, yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine.
Mother of pearl fireplace? That's freaking crazy.
Mm-hmm. So the room itself is, yeah, it's about 110 feet by 100 feet. 110 feet long by 100 feet wide. Do you want to try to light a fire in the fire pit? Do you want to try to climb up and get a closer look at whatever's gleaming way, way, way up high in the sky?
Chase will bite, and he'll go forth to light the fire pit.
Mm-hmm.
He has
No problem.
some flint that he can kind of, you know.
Yep. So, yep, even a single flask of oil or whatever will be enough to illuminate. Now the entire chamber is lit up well, and you can now see that keystone 300 feet up in the middle of the room. Looks like it is a diamond. You would say, Snorri, looking up at that diamond, you've heard stories, and you know you're a dwarf, you know rocks. That diamond is worth at least 2.5 million silver pieces.
Oh, what now?
Wow.
No, it's a keystone, right? So by nature, it's holding up the ceiling.
Exactly.
2.5 million silver pieces.
Correct. There are
That's
platforms on the east and west sides of the room. They're about 90 feet high. You can tell that in times past there was grand winding staircase leading up each side, but these have long been ripped off the walls and taken away. Platforms themselves are made of an obviously different rock, and the remains of the fixtures can be seen dotting its surface. Each of the platforms is identical, save for the fact that they're facing opposite directions. On top of each of these platforms, you see a dwarf sentinel. The sentinel, however, stays within its alcove atop the platform, apparently not noticing you or not caring about you. At the end of each of these alcoves, you can see a giant glass enclosure fastened tight against the wall by a switch. And inside of these enclosures, embedded in the wall, is another switch.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what would we like to do?
think we better take care of those sentinels.
So where are the switches again?
The switches, okay, on these platforms, which are 90 feet high off the ground, there's a dwarf sentinel sitting on the platform in an alcove atop the platform, and at the end of the alcove is a giant glass enclosure fastened tight against the wall by a switch, and inside the glass bubble, basically, is another switch. You can actually even see from here, you can see that those glass enclosures are hinged. And they're mirrored, one on, the same thing on each platform. Perhaps, seeing as it's approaching 2 o'clock in the morning local time, we shall percolate on this little puzzle until the next session.
Figure out how to get this 2.5 million.
That's so much money.
I know. And if I'm not mistaken, doesn't that tie into a leveling in this game as well?
Yeah.
Well, in traditional Lamentations, yeah, you would level based on...
right.
However, you can never gain more than 1 level per session.
Okay.
Right, just break off bits of the
It's still a lot of money, though. Enough to buy that little mansion that Chase wants, so...
I tell you what, if you guys manage to get that keystone out of there and escape the dungeon with it, I'll let you guys all level up.
Oh, you'll
What a deal.
All right,
So,
well then.
Yeah, I think we'll leave this one to be continued. I don't think
Yeah.
a long time since I had a Lamentations adventure that lasted more than 1 session, so...
Because we're all not dead yet.
So yeah, we'll try to pick this back up in 2 weeks' time on our normal Lamentations schedule. So hopefully you guys will all be able to make it.
Yeah, totally.
Yourself as well, AJ. Maybe we can figure something out. Get you in with another character somehow.
Inside the Diamond is a frozen character.
Now, under the Green Devil rules, do we get experience even though, because it's a session? Or do we have to defeat the module to get the experience?
You know what? I think you do. Let me just double check.
I'd imagine it's per session, yeah?
I think it is. I want to double check. Let's see. The new experience mechanic. After every adventure you participate in. I don't know. I think a session is good. I'm happy with that. So we'll go one at a time. Actually, you guys, I'll just read these modifiers and just figure out your total. If you did not take damage during this adventure, subtract 1 point. If you did not use any of your class abilities during the adventure, subtract another point. If you did not roll a saving throw during the adventure roll, subtract another point. If you've gained no treasure during this adventure, subtract a point. And if no player characters died, okay, well, no player characters died, don't worry about that. Now, things that will add points. If you were reduced to 0 hit points or less at some time during the adventure, add 1 point. If you fail the saving throw during the adventure, add another point. Everybody can add 1 point because at least 2 player characters have died during this adventure.
You're welcome.
Nobody was the sole survivor, and nobody so far has really gained the most treasure.
I
Technically,
gained 7 rubies with 50 silver pieces.
true, but you
I
haven't,
took,
you haven't taken that treasure home yet. You haven't.
I took chainmail and an ancient dwarven sword.
That's true, actually. That would be worth a lot more than the 7 rubies.
What?
You're never getting home, Royd.
They're ancient suits of armor. They're worth like something like nearly 1,000. No, the chainmail's only worth 750 silver pieces, but still.
We'll swing back there on the way home.
I think we
Wait a
did.
minute, it's underground.
No, does everybody got your
Yes,
modifiers figured out for your die roll? Based on the numbers I read off?
I auto level.
He's a dwarf and he's underground. He is home.
So roll 6 and add whatever your modifier was, or subtract it.
Wait, I'm sorry, what was that?
Roll a d6 and add whatever your total modifier came to.
Okay.
If the number you come up with is equal to or higher than your... Oh, no, sorry. If it's greater than your current level, then you level up. If it's equal to, you do not.
Cool, leveled up then.
I leveled up as well.
E3.
Fantastic.
But my modifier was a +1, so I knew I was going to level.
Mine was a flat 0.
At AJ, you would have been level. It would be impossible not to level up. So if you come back and play next session, you can make a level 2 character.
Sweet.
Or you could be a boss and make a level 1 like I do.
No.
That's true.
I rolled a 2. Taking modifiers, I get 2.
You get +2 modifier,
Yeah.
and you rolled a 2, so that's 4. So you level up, because you were level 2, weren't you?
No, level 1.
Oh, level 1, yeah, you definitely level up. Cool.
All right. All
You
right.
guys will be sitting there trying to figure out this this keystone puzzle with the alcoves and the switches inside glass bubbles with the switches outside them as well. The
We're gonna
great
sleep on it.
massive door at the southern wall that you have to figure out how to open.
Hopefully,
And you'll hear a splash come from the beach down the hall as another player character comes strolling up after taking a submarine down.
seriously, I think at this point we just need to have a whirlpool, like vortex open up and drop players down on us when like rain players or something. You know?
just roll 3d6 damage to see how many hit points you're down when you land.
God.
Go all traveler style. Oh, you died.
Oh, you're dead already.
Okay. Well, thanks for playing, guys. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Totally.
We'll do this again at the same time in 2 weeks.
Excellent.
I'm just going to have a broadcast now.